Da, da, da.
There you go.
Yeah.
My ears are bleeding.
Better than your penis?
Well, yeah, that's always better. You're absolutely right.
Rip headphone users. Thank you, Scott.
You really got to like lift your headphones off during this because culture.
I'm deaf.
Yeah.
I lost my hearing.
You lost your hearing? First of all, don't scream that on a stream.
Right.
I lost my hearing.
God. When's it over?
It'll be over in 5, 4, 3, 2, and aspirin. Silence. Just goes straight to
Such a natural transition from
It's
one to the
it's-
other.
Isn't it perfect? It really works.
Yes.
It really, really works.
What?
I can't hear
Somebody
you
say
right
something?
now. Oh, wait a minute. Let me put my headphones back on. There we go. Culture Circuit 1999 down in the left corner.
Yeah, he was pretty hip in the 70s.
He really was. Those glasses are just fresh.
Wow, Script Actor hasn't aged a day.
You know, he looks good. And then we just stop and we start the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Dump. People will be rolling in. I know Mead is live right now and a couple other people, so thank you for being here right off the rip.
He knows what time we were going live.
You know what? No, we switched the time on him. So usually we start at 9:30, and that's why Mead goes from like usually like 7:30 to like 10, and then he jumps on. So let's not beat up Tom.
No, let's beat up Tom. He has plenty of his channel's plenty big. We can beat up on him. I asked him.
And the best part is the minute he comes on, you'll be like, my stream schedule is wide open.
That's not what I say. I always just let him know that I'm usually available during the times that he streams. That's it.
Every
That's all
time.
I say.
Every time.
Well, he's to take advantage of that. So.
Oh, you.
Yeah. Well, let's welcome the panel, and our guest tonight is one of my favorite YouTubers, straight shooter, and that is Marc with a C, the gospel according to Marc. Hail, my man. How you doing?
Hello. I was a little bit confused with that intro because I'm hearing the chatter. I'm like, that's an interesting intro, but you guys were actually doing that in real time, huh?
Yeah. We've learned.
Not my part. My parts are pre-recorded, but Scott's wasn't live.
You are such a liar. We learned that if we talk through it, people don't get as mad at watching a 1 minute countdown because I used to get so many complaints. It was like, this is so loud. My ears are bleeding. Make it stop. And it's like, wah, wah, you know?
So instead of fixing the audio, he's like, you know what? We'll just talk over it.
We'll talk
make it more annoying.
Okay.
Why not?
All right, it works. It works.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. It's been a while,
Absolutely.
so I appreciate you definitely being here, man. And it's also been a while for Drew, Supreme Heretic. How you been, man?
Oh, man, you know, hanging
Yes,
in
sir.
there. Trying not to lose my mind with everything that's happening. Jesus Christ, you know. There's plenty of stuff to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Your spray
And,
bottle is yellowing, by the
I
way.
feel you,
Walton.
bro. I feel you.
Yes.
Yes, that's how you hang an American flag, Walton. You finally turned yours around. See?
I did it because I didn't want to be on a
No, you did it because I had one.
No. He had it the wrong way for the longest
Yeah,
time,
it
and
was
then we
on the
finally
last
said something to him. He was
Yeah,
in distress.
those are my friends. Those dicks. They don't tell you. You know. They
But
just
was
let
it the
you
wrong way, though? Was
continue
it
on.
really the wrong way?
Apparently it was. I got
Cause that-
lambasted.
Because if you put it like, if you straighten it up, then it's like the
Then it'll be
stars are
upside
on the
down.
bottom,
That's what I'm
you know?
thinking. Right. And so I had it the way I figured it should be, and now the
So,
tag is on the
Mad
wrong
Martin-
side.
No,
Martigan.
it wouldn't be upside down if you go left.
No, he's right. He's right. What it is the stars and stripes are always in the top left corner.
Well, yeah. So the chat enlightened me.
I don't even know if that's the real reason, and I'm an Eagle Scout. I don't know. But we do have the flag hater, Walton, on. How are you?
Oh, I'm still here. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you guys for being here. Please smash the like button and share out the link. Support indie creators because we don't have an industry to support us. We only have each other. We rise together. And wash your hands. Well, that's at the end. Wash your hands. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. And I lost my earring. That was great.
Let's see how
Way
my
to
hearing.
Oh, it sounded like you said I lost my earring.
No.
It was kind of
No,
like
I'm not the
I
gay
felt
one.
that.
You are.
I'm sorry. Hey, I have 3 kids, and they're.
Do you have assigned?
I love
roles?
women. They're so sexy.
That's how we roll.
Godzillionaire.
And what is your name
Hey.
now?
Mad the Madnevolent.
Do you know you just keep changing it? People won't be able to find your very little channel.
I mean, I kept the same name for a long time. They didn't find it then either. So
That's true. But what is the name of your channel?
Mad
All right,
Barbarian
let's
thing.
go.
All
Okay,
right,
we
now,
are
thank
on
you.
now. Let's do
By the
this.
way, I do not like women. I hate them.
yeah,
for the
why
record.
is that? Can you
What?
explain that?
Why is that? Have you ever met one? They're the worst. They're the worst.
Summer? Summer, where are you, honey?
My mic won't pick her up. Anyways,
Whoever said can't live with him, can't live without him, that
Oh,
man
yeah.
was a poet. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
single.
true.
No doubt.
So true.
No,
well,
no.
Sigmund Freud said, women aren't just a mystery onto men; they're a mystery upon themselves.
Ooh, look at who's getting deep with us. Always has to throw something in there. But the
When
guy
you
who,
find a good one, hang on with both hands, y'all. Hang on with both hands.
yeah,
By the
Yeah,
ass. By the ass. By the ass.
yeah, just
Yeah.
pop,
No,
pop.
but, well, no, in my estimation, by the titties, but
Yeah,
Well, you're-
it works either
whatever
way.
way. I'm an ass man. I don't know about anybody else on the channel. So,
Guy ass.
okay, Orville
You're the
Nation
gay
says,
one.
"Hey, Sporky, yeah, we
There's
just
anything wrong with that?
yeah. Here's our diversity right here, right there.
Right. Yep.
That is it.
As everyone knows, I'm black adjacent. My stepdad was black. I'm Hispanic by divorce as well.
I'm good.
So I cover everything.
You're adding diversity to the panel. Thank you.
I'm
that's true.
really
All of
here
that was
because-
true.
I'm really here because I'm the token Asian person.
I needed one.
I don't have that part covered. Yeah, I can only
neither
cover
one.
so many.
You're here because you're hung like a tripod, Drew. Come on.
It's so funny, you guys. So Drew and I did one of those Twitter hangout things this morning.
Spaces.
What is it?
Spaces.
And we had fandom, Christian fandom. Wait, what's the name of the show?
Fandom Geek was in there.
Yeah.
we
Okay. So
had
that's
a
who I'm
couple of
talking
people,
about.
yeah.
Christian Fandom Geek is a black gentleman from England. Awesome channel. Great dude. Awesome voice. Really friendly, really outgoing. But it was so interesting while we were talking, which we're about to start talking about, is the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. His view on American culture and how racism is viewed from outside of this country. Like, he was trying to explain, he's like, we don't have racism like you guys have in America. Like, yeah, the cops are racist here, and yeah, there are some people who are racist here, but like, I have white friends, and I'm like, what do people think of America that like we have no friends that are different color or different? Like, yeah, I can't talk to anybody that's not white. Like, but that's the view. Like, we're so hyperbolic that we can't.
Well, the media's been pressing it like that. They've been really segregationist, while they're fighting for diversity and inclusion is like their catchphrase for separating us, pointing out our differences, not our commonalities, and putting us into these little bubbles. They've been doing it for so many years, for so long. I'm not surprised that someone outside of this country sees that
If you
and
want
thinks
to
that
come,
we're all a bunch of racist assholes.
Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
no, I was gonna say if you want to get like some really interesting takes, you just take the time to talk with people that are in different countries that kind of see America from a different perspective, and it's a very stark contrast you find, and you get some really fascinating perspectives because God, I've talked to people from all over. Like people like in the Czech Republic, for example, they have a very, very different view of America. Because I used to talk to this woman regularly that was from the Czech Republic, and she just had really different notions than what it actually was, and I kind of had to explain to her, hey, this is how it really is.
Mm-hmm.
So
But-
I was gonna. I'm sorry, Drew. Did I cut you off?
No, go ahead.
I was going to do every week. I've been doing for my shows like a Let's Go Brandon thing, right?
Okay.
A little clip with Nick. I was going to do one with comics, but
Who's Brandon?
This guy.
and I was right. So I was going to make one, but the only big story that came out this week with Biden was him talking about the player from the Negro Baseball League.
Mhm.
So we were talking about
Satchel Paige, right?
Right now, everybody's got a different take on this, and I was like, how do I wind this into being something funny? There's no real way to spin this and make it funny. But I was on Comics Division with Hasco, another YouTuber who's from Spain.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there. Remember, and he was saying that in his country or in his culture, that saying that is like a brotherly term. You know, it's a friendly thing. But here, like for me, from my upbringing, that's not something I would use as an outdated term. I wouldn't call someone a Negro American. Like I wouldn't even use that term. Right?
It's not
it sounds racist as
1950s
shit.
Mad
It sounds
Men. Yeah.
sounds racist as shit. So
Well, I don't know,
that.
Steven. Hold on. There's different context to it.
I
because-
get that, but for me, it sounds racist.
Well,
I wouldn't
if
wanna
you
touch
listen,
that.
if you're talking about actual American history, specifically baseball history, and you're like, for example, talking about the Negro Leagues, you're going to explain that in the correct context. And
right.
You know, so it's not.
Yeah.
Mark, what do you think?
I mean, back in the day, even Malcolm X, talked about the American Negro. It's just the way it was. It's rough. I mean, I would hate to be white through all of this because you never know what to call people. Then you listen to hip hop and they're calling each other the N words. It's like, you like these songs. I want to sing along to the song, but it can only go so far. So it's always been a rough thing to work out, man.
Well, as far as for the music, like even if I'm by myself, like driving my windows up, I still will censor myself. Like I will skip over those.
Absolutely,
parts,
dude. Absolutely,
Yeah,
I do the same thing. You ever watch Office Space when the guy's jamming out in his car and then he like slowly rolls up the window and starts mumbling? Like that's me. I will not. I just don't feel comfortable dropping that word.
I am less comfortable pulling up next to white people with rap music than I am anybody else because I just know they're gonna have their cell phone. They're like, "Oh my God, did you see this white supremacist? He's driving around singing Tech Nine and he's not censoring himself."
Tech Nine.
But a lot of the young kids, they call each other that all the time, back and forth, regardless of race.
Yep.
So I was kind of shocked when I saw that was going on. I was like, okay, so what part of the game is this?
I can tell you right now, I was
Rittenhouse trial. Like he was the only one out there using the word. He's just like,
Well, that's something funny about the Rittenhouse trial. They kept censoring the word and I kind of, that upsets me in the simple fact that this is a trial also of public opinion. And they needed to hear these people scream, white people screaming at this young man, calling him the N-word, saying, "Kill me, N-word, kill me, N-word, you're an N-word." Like the use of this word, like you just said, like I never felt like I used to work in predominantly black owned, like black bar. I was like the only white person in there. They used to say you could drop the word, and I'm like, no, because it'll be the one time I drop it, and somebody's friends of a friend will be in here and be like, "What is this motherfucker talking about?" Like, it's just it's a word that I should never use.
Well,
it takes a lot, man. It's like I know, my son told me somebody called him that in school one time, and he was waiting for my reaction. And what do you think, Dad? I'm like, well, are you? No. All right. So it's only going to have so much power over you. It's like, I don't care what the world tries to say. That is not what you are. You know what I mean? If you ask me, I wouldn't even say that I'm necessarily black.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, I always get in trouble with my family when I say that, but I've been saying forever to them that we will never get out of the condition that we're in our minds until we start identifying first as human beings.
Dig it.
As Americans.
Red, man.
Because black, all these things mean different things to different people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you could say black is beautiful, and I'll be right there with you. But the next person over there, like Biggie, you remember Notorious B.I.G., black and ugly as ever, he says.
Yeah.
And I hated that lyric, but I was like, but different people, different things.
Yeah, different strokes.
I wanted to ask you, Mark, because there was it seemed weird for a while because, I know, like, going back in the day from when I was growing up in the 80s and through the 90s, it's like somehow people got a pass on that word because, all you had to do was specify it if you meant it with the A or meant it with the other letters.
See, either or,
no.
A or
Yeah,
R. I don't
no.
care.
You know, and I always wondered, like, why was that? Because it was like, it's unacceptable.
I mean, back then I used to say the only difference was it's a speech impediment. Okay, it's got nothing to do with, because I mean the same person would say figure or figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
right.
it's just the way that you verbalize. I never bought that. Oh, it's a saying of affection and all this stuff. No, not when you see the way people really do relate to one another, and you see the self-hatred and things. You know, it's like you got to keep it real, man. It's like there is no way to flip a slur. It's just not. It's like either you're choosing to use it or you're choosing not to. And very early on, I chose not to. I'm not going to say I never did, but you know, you got to lead by example.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah. I couldn't be mad. I couldn't be mad at somebody else for saying it if I'm using it. You know, so you, like I said, when you see hip hop, you can't be mad if you know that you're selling to the majority of people who purchase hip hop are white. You know what I'm saying?
That's a definite.
So yeah, so you know what you're doing. You know,
Yeah.
if that's what you're feeding them, then that's what they're going to say,
Yep.
positive or negative.
Right.
It's funny that you said that, Mark. It's the power behind the word and what it means to you. Like my grandmother. Okay, so like in high school, predominantly Italian school I went to. A lot of guys were from Staven, which is East Haven, but they said Staven because that's how they pronounced it. But a lot of those guys, we would jokingly call each other Guinea or Wop or this or that. I said that in front of my grandmother once. This little 4'10" woman, I thought she was going to beat my ass. How disrespected she was when I said Wop. And when I was like, oh, you Ginzo, like to one of my buddies, I never again said those towards people. Like I still will use a joke here and there because I think comedy is important. And, but like the idea of Wop meaning without papers and like, a guinea is a half a penny, like all these things that these things mean, like meant something to her when she was getting abused at school for being a Sicilian kid in a predominantly at that time considered white neighborhood. So
words
it is,
have meanings. Yeah,
Yes.
words have meanings.
Imagine that.
Of course, WAP means something else now. You
Yeah.
know? Go figure.
Oh, Mark, what does it mean now?
Stop it.
Yeah. Let's,
You know what it means.
yes, you do. Unless we
sure
could even
you've
talk
been-
about
I'm sure
OPP.
You've been responsible for
well,
a
you
few in
know
your
me.
lifetime.
Oh snap! Oh, snap.
Yeah.
We got a couple super chats. We got 32 flavors of Nick Weiser for $2 saying, sup fellas listening at work, kill it. He would have been here tonight, but he is off. Also, guys,
God to Nick.
What's up?
yeah, I was just about to say that. Nick is one of my
Yeah,
favorite.
Nick's a good dude.
Dude, he looks like a young Lemmy from
He does.
Motorhead. Yeah, like look up Lemmy if you've never seen it before. It's Nick, but dead and older.
Yeah.
Great conversationalist, knows a lot about comics, a lot about the things that he knows about.
Music.
And very intelligent music, very intelligent man. Please subscribe to Nick.
We do Toxic Tuesday every Tuesday on his channel. This week is Tombstone. We're covering Tombstone. I love being on there with him because he'll see these movies like we saw Bloodsport, also these great movies, and he's so excited. And when he's talking about it, it's as if he's never seen it before because he's like, God, I didn't know what was going to happen next. I'm like, you've seen this, right? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay.
But you know what? Tombstone is one of those movies, man.
Ooh.
It is so many moments, so many quotables, so many performances, every star-studded. Oh my God, bro!
Yep.
I never pass up on that. I don't care if it's like 2 hours in. I'm gonna watch it.
Yes, sir.
I haven't seen it since I don't know when, but as soon as it starts, I already know the first words. Y'all killed 2 cowboys. Like immediately, I'm like, I know every word of this movie. It's been years.
I'm
It's
your
such a great
Huckleberry.
movie. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's such a great. Oh my God, what a great movie! Like Val Kilmer at his best. Like
Yeah.
that was his prime time as an actor.
Did you guys see it in the movies?
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, when he says, "You tell him hell's coming," you tell him I'm coming, and then you see him riding it out from the sun. It's like I remember the whole theater went freaking bananas, bro.
And when that one
one of-
dude
one of-
lets go of his red bad or thing, and they shake hands while they're riding, that was a dope scene. That was a great scene.
I remember seeing in the movie because I remember seeing the painting of the naked woman while they were playing poker, and I was like, Guess got away with it this time, Dad. Didn't cover my eyes.
Boobage.
Yeah, and then when I met women, I'm like, ooh, gross. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Anyways, we got 33 people watching. Hit that like button, share out, and make sure after this comment since I've said this last week, now there's only about 22% of you that aren't subscribed to the channel watching streams. Please make sure you subscribe to help out the channel. We're almost at 1,800. I think we're like 2 away.
Nice.
Somebody else cheated and is like almost at 2K because
I like cheat. I got 20 away from 2K. Thank you, almost.
That's
You're
because
like,
you used
neurotic.
me.
What else you need? Hey, Gary, what else you need?
Throw him a couple subs. He cries a lot, and we're trying to support Scott.
I did it.
You can also send man pawns to his PO box if you really need to.
Can you read this?
Oh yeah, Tommy the Guinea Pig collected for $4.99. The trees all grown because Walton never leaves them alone.
Leaves, get it? Leaves. Gotcha, fucker.
By the way, did you see how fucking Steven used me in my IP, my likeness to get himself more subscriptions with that video?
I did.
No.
Yeah.
That was the best part of that video. Actually, that's my favorite part. Is your line at the end, and then Culture was playing at the. He was producing for Rogue Entertainment earlier and cut it off right before it got to you.
Of course he did.
Right before it got to you. Yeah.
Well, because no one really knows who you are. Makini draws for $5. Hail my rogue brothers, and hail to the one and only gospel salute.
Yeah. Yes.
Give it
What's
to him.
up, Marc?
Marc is great.
Bam, Maki.
And Maki's pushing to 1K, man. He is pushing.
Yes.
Hey, he has stickers. He has got drawings. That Batman drawing he sold, the Prince. Dude, he is a phenomenal artist. Phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, him and who else? Mad Mama Bear. She's a fantastic artist. I love when they get together on a stream. You guys got to check it out. They're good people.
Don't forget Bruce Lombardo out there hanging out and painting his figurines.
One of my members. Lombardo. God bless that man. And another member again, emotionally unstable amphibian becoming a member again. Thank you so much, guys. Bread and butter of this whole thing. Like, you guys keep it rolling. You're able to make me say, look, I'm making money, honey. Can I keep streaming, please? It's the truth. And my friend, I've been watching your Instagram. Just know we're here and talking about your mental state, your thoughts and your mental state is important, and keep talking about it. Make sure if you need to get professional help. I worry about you. I'm not going to lie. I worry about you. You put it out there. So that's why I'm saying it on stream. I want you to be safe and you're worth it. I want you to know you are worth it. You're one of my first ever subscribers. And ever since then, I appreciate you, and I hope you appreciate yourself, my friend.
And just remember, for people who go through trials and tribulations like that, you being successful, striving forward, trying to better yourself and be an example may save somebody else. So keep doing that. Be a light be a shining light in the darkness, brother.
Yes, sir. That's the truth.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a great dude. Before we get to the last 2 super chats, I want to understand this. No worries, y'all. I got diversity cover. I'm half African, half Caribbean, half Carib Indian, and half Scottish Portuguese. You are a big boy.
That's a half.
That's 2.
That's a lot of halves.
That's a lot of halves.
Yeah.
Now, Scott, you're not known for your math skills.
No, I mean I did well, but
how? But percentage wise,
I'm saying,
would that be 200%?
That'd be 2.0.
That is about as legitimate as my black adjacent.
Yeah, that went over. Orville Nation for $2. What is it? Is an affectionate? Oh, so he's saying negrito is an affectionate in Spanish.
Yeah, I think that's what we were being told the other night. So I guess it all depends on where you come from in the world.
And he's been in Spain for quite a long time. So
I love how every once in a while somebody will start yelling at Crayola because of their naming of crayons.
God.
Yeah, you know what? I got a Puerto Rican friend at work. He loves to do that. He comes at me with the black crayon. It says Negro. What does it mean? Everything he says is like that. I don't know what to say. You know, that's him.
That's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
That's great. And then when people will discover Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder for the first time, they're like, "Oh my God!" and they start freaking out about it. Oh, I love it. Those are the moments.
Robert
awesome.
Downey Jr. in that movie looks just like my Uncle Tito. You know what I mean? I love when he did that. I was upset when he took the makeup off. Actually,
Yes.
I was like, because Tito, he's been gone for a while. I'm like,
Oh.
my Uncle Tito.
Oh, dude,
So I'm not mad at that at all.
do you think you can get away with that today?
Absolutely
if,
not. He said,
But
it
if
himself.
anybody could, it could be Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But, not with woke culture.
No.
Cancel,
No,
you know, not today.
One of the best moments in movie history when he did that, like just like him and the actual black actor, like he's like what do you mean we? What do you mean we? Like that is one of my favorite
It's
parts.
a great movie.
That's one of my favorite parts. Kai MFS for $5. Awesome author. Love what you said about being human first, Mark. Same here. I'm the same. My black characters don't say the word. Plan on having the convo in a future book, and I hope he does.
Nice.
Man, confront it. That's what art's for.
Thank you for the sub. I think we are caught up. So Raging Rhino in the house. If you want to join, let us know, Raging. You're always welcome. It's always good to have an Aussie
What's up,
perspective.
Raging Rhino?
The narrative's always F. Bring it.
The narrative is that. So guys, what do you guys know about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial? So let me start with this. What did you know before the trial? Have you been up to date on the trial?
I have been watching Rakita Law all week, who's killing it right now, and is an example. I've said this on a couple live streams. I'll say it in a couple more. Is an example of why people need to support indie creators, because we're tired of hearing what the mainstream puts out. The same factory echo chamber, trying to force a narrative on you, trying to force you to believe, trying to isolate us into a hive mind group think. And Rakita Law's out there with his group just covering this and speaking from their own opinions, their own legal opinions, and he's been killing it. And he's basically, his numbers have been challenging the numbers of mainstream media.
Yeah.
Channels blowing up. Congratulations to him. But that shows that when you eliminate things like dislikes on YouTube, when you eliminate when you make Rotten Tomatoes, and you have to be a certified freaking person viewer in order to have a certified review, as these companies suffocate our ability to express ourselves, that is when we need outlets where we have the ability to express dissent or our own opinions. And that's why you have people going to Rakita Law, watching that channel, and supporting it, because he's not being controlled by the puppet masters in the mainstream. So that's where I've been watching it all week.
Mark, I've heard you talk recently about that. I don't know if it was on last week with Walton or not, but you talked about like looking for your news, not trusting what the media is telling you, things of that nature. What have you seen with this trial? What do you think about it?
I don't think they would have any problem throwing this kid to the wolves, you know, and it happens more than we would like to, admit that it does, but obviously, he was out there trying to do some good. The situation got out of control, and he finds himself in the position that he's in now. I mean, clearly it was self-defense, and it's just rough, because like I said, I really do feel, and I said on my one of my recent videos, that I believe that the media owes all of us reparations for the damage that it's done to this society. It's done immeasurable damage to all of us in the way that we relate to one another. They practically create these stories. And unfortunately, it's right now, the way we find ourselves today, it's this twisted ass government, the media, and big pharma. When you put all of that out there, it's like you just got hell on earth.
Yeah.
And it just pains me.
And with entertainments reinforcing that echo chamber, entertainers, movies, studios they're also on deck with it, and big tech. Yeah, it's several sectors that are all trying to not only limit our ability to.
Well, let me throw this out here to Mad. I'm sorry, I just totally cut you off.
Go ahead, brother.
No, the worst thing is I told us not to cut people off at the beginning of this, and I'm cutting you off. But it's just you, Mad. I want to ask you about this. What do you think about what they're saying? Because at the beginning, right after this happened, 2 days after the shooting, they brought charges up, which blew my mind. During the campaign, our now president at the time, former Vice President Biden, said, we know the way justice should be served, and we know what the outcome should be for this kid, indicting this kid that he's guilty. Big tech like Facebook and Twitter would not allow pro articles or tweets or posts about Kyle Rittenhouse because they said it was about a shooter, an active shooter, or a mass shooter. They hurt this kid's ability to get his story out there.
Yeah.
No GoFundMe. He wasn't allowed to have a GoFundMe for his trial. Like they completely controlled the narrative. Did you, when you first saw this, I mean, you're probably pro, knowledge, but did you see that already happen, Mad? Or did you realize right off the bat they're screwing this kid? Did anybody follow it and say, oh my God, this kid's guilty? What did you think, Mad?
Yeah, no, I followed it from the very beginning because like Chaz, Chaz was bad, but I loved it so much because it was so cuckoo bananas, right? It was just like a little contained area of what would happen if they get their way. And you're like, wow, they don't get it. So I was already watching all of it from the point of like, what's his name? The Asian guy that got beat up by the Antifa. Like he had a lot of footage on his Twitter.
Andy No.
Yeah. So yeah, so I saw the video as soon as it was released or whatever. As soon as like people started putting those videos out there, I'm like, oh, it's as clear as possible. And so then to hear everything come out, there is a good part of this, which is that you see people being like watching the trial and being like, wait a minute, hold on, what's happening? These people were white that he shot? Because there was that one tweet from that one person that was like, I just found out today that they were white. Because even though it was never like said that they were white, you know what I mean? They made sure to put it out there as ambiguously so that you could take that away because there's a BLM protest, right? And I think combined with mostly peaceful protest, it just shows you that people are starting to kind of see it for themselves, and I'm glad that this. I think that where people think we are with the they're not letting the truth out. I think that will be a problem if they weren't allowing us to watch the trial on our own. If there was, because there's no filter other than the censoring. You know what I mean? You're not having to watch clips of it on CNN. You can watch the trial as it happens. So as long as that is still, happening, we're okay. We're not quite off. As, we're kind of bad off as what you think. Because
I don't agree with that. But I want to know what Drew has to say. Yeah, because yes, you could watch the trial, but a lot of people don't realize that.
Well, so that's an individual choice.
No, not always an individual choice. Some people are working. So where do you get the information about the trial? You get it from the news, and the news is they're doing whatever they can to warp this, and that's what scares me.
Absolutely.
CNN's disgusting. I'm sorry, disgusting. Drew, what do you have to say? I know you have words on this. And Mr. Grant Gregory, hello, welcome to the stream.
Grant.
We'll get to you in a moment, sir. Love that shirt.
I haven't watched it super extensive, but I've been following it kind of in between watching some and also following Twitter feed. I was so happy. Shout out to our boy Jack Pasovic for getting the HD footage out there of the actual incident. That was an important context to understand. And that, without a shadow of a doubt, really helps you see that it's a clear case of self-defense. And it isn't the fact of them proving the actual criminal case. The evidence is there. It clearly tells you it was a self-defense situation. What I'm more worried about, the concern that I have, and I can see the way that the wind is blowing, is now, and I was in a Twitter space last night discussing the Rittenhouse case, and there were lawyers actually talking in there, and they even said the deliberation, the delay until Monday, until deliberation begins for the jury, isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's sound law either way. It's what both the prosecution and defense would have been fine with anyway. It was good procedure, because I know there's people on either side saying, well, that delay is going to hurt it. And yeah, in a way, this delay until Monday may hurt it, because there is that risk of, if any of the jurors are subject to social media or pressure from that, when they walk in Monday, are they going to have to walk through a mob of people, influencing them? There's a lot of things at play here, but the main concern that I have is that there's so much pressure that the jury caves, and somebody that's innocent ends up being delivered as guilty simply to satisfy an angry mob in a narrative, which, a 17-year-old teenager should never be put in that sort of predicament. It was awful, and I give Kyle a lot of credit. He held it together. He was more adult than a lot of adults. And I will say, I have a high amount of respect for the young man.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very, very concerned about the outcome of this trial. Because I told you this morning, Scott.
Yep.
This is, especially for the extreme left, okay, this is a huge opportunity. Number one, to sort of render the idea of self-defense hollow. So
that's my fear.
Upcoming cases, people try to plead self-defense. It's going to be a whole lot harder. And oh, by the way, if they happen to fall on the wrong political side of the aisle, good luck. And then number two, for the gun grab lobby, this is also a dream scenario for them, because they could say, see, we told you. And then, of course, you have the other component to this, which is the fact that they're going to continue to say that, you have situations like this where peaceful protesters are murdered.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, we know, and I think everybody knows now, it wasn't peaceful. It wasn't peaceful. It was a riot.
Mostly peaceful. There was peaceful moments.
But those are three
different section of town.
Those are three things that absolutely concern me.
Well, I want to ask Mr. Grant Gregory, because you are in the land down under where the women
doesn't exist.
Roll the men thunder or something like that.
They chunder, but close. Yeah.
Something about Vegemite sandwich too.
Can you hear the thunder?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You better run. You better take cover. Mr. Grant Gregory, is it news down there about Kyle Rittenhouse? Because I know we have the Time Prophet saying he doesn't know much about it. Have you heard of this case?
Yeah, quite a bit actually. I don't usually watch a lot of normal television, free to air or anything like that. But I did, just to check out some of the news stories. And the fact of the matter is, from day one, we were told 4 major lies. That he took the gun across state lines. He didn't have any connections over there. He was firing guns in the air, and he premeditated all this. All 4 of these things have been disproven. Yet last night on the news, they still brought that up on our main fucking news channel.
Right.
They're saying that like this guy's going to get convicted. Because there's no way. No, you do not want to be the juror that said let's free this man, because that person's life will be null and void. That's
Well,
realistically what's
I
gonna
think
happen.
that I think the judge has done him a disservice by, like, I know it's all bullshit. Like they're going to be looking for anything like I don't know. Let's say a ringtone, right?
Oh
If
my
it's not
God,
the
dude.
right song, they're gonna.
What
they're
was
gonna
the
hone in on
song?
it.
I didn't hear
It's,
what song it was, but
And
it was
I'm proud to be an American.
Oh,
yeah, so that's an
like that.
indictment on him because they used it at a Trump rally.
Yep.
Like that,
Because
the
he used
media
the word
is grasping at
Proud
straw.
Boys are a terrorist group, so therefore it's directly linked.
Well,
And I mean, the fact that
also-
they're saying it was a mostly peaceful protest is basically like saying that was a mostly consensual rape.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah. Wow, yeah.
But
Yeah,
listen, like
I'm tired of the same narrative that keeps getting pushed. The fact of the matter is, this kid's gone through a lot of shit. 2 people unfortunately lost their lives. However you feel about their past history, whatever it is,
Yep.
the fact of the matter is that this is what you get when you defund the police. We will police ourselves. This is what
Yeah.
policing yourselves looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't have
And-
it both ways.
Well, we talked about this. The racist. I thought he shot black people when it first came out. That's black
I saw
people
the video.
shot. That's what we all thought. Well, before the video, the first thing we were told was this was a white supremacist. So what does that automatically make you think? You know, and the truth is he shot a white dude using the N-word, telling him he was going to kill him. Oh, that also sodomized a 9-year-old girl and maybe like 4 or 5 others. So I'm not crying that dude's dead. Another one that beat his girl and another one that pulled a knife on his own brother. So sorry that this kid was bandaging people up, cleaning off graffiti, actually shot the first guy and tried to give him medical aid. Like this kid is a good kid and they
Yes.
have destroyed him. So I want to show some moments of this trial.
Yeah, I got a point I want to make too, Scott. When you're done.
yeah, so did I.
Okay, go ahead. Go
well,
ahead.
because
make the point.
I was talking about the judge and the ringtone. That's
Yeah.
where all that came from. But what I was trying to say was like, so the judge hasn't exactly done any favors because he's giving them a little bit that they just need a little bit of anything. They're calling him racist because he made that Asian joke about his food.
Oh,
He's
about
like,
his lunch.
right? Like, wait, now we can't use the word Asian. Like,
Okay,
he
so
was-
right, and you're right.
I'm
but even if
triggered,
he-
man. Shut
I
up.
thought the Asians were in the white group anyway. I thought they were white people now.
they're white
Yeah,
adjacent.
well,
Oh, okay.
True. Only way I think it's the University of Maryland was like the way they broke down who was coming to the college or whatever. One of them was POCs minus Asians.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Hold on, I got it. I'll look it
Yeah,
up.
find that. So this is just some moments from the trial. This is from a YouTube channel called Insider News. You can find the link to this video in the description.
Why don't you subscribe to him?
Yeah, subscribe to him. Here we go.
I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski, and there were three people right there.
Take a deep breath now.
That's what I. That's where I run.
He knows.
Okay, so I watched that live while I was watching Crowder covering this, and that was powerful to me. And right away, crocodile tears are being tweeted out and things like that. This kid's life for the last year and a half or so, has been like he took lives, and that like that was the culmination of him. Like my life was in jeopardy. This kid has PTSD. I can't.
Yes, he does.
He has to have it.
He does.
Go ahead.
Clearly see that's hyperventilating. It's not an act when you do that because
Right.
you can see he's even trying to talk and he's struggling.
Yeah.
And then you get these YouTube body analysis experts that say, oh, he's got all the traits of a psychopath and serial killer. It just
It blows my
because he
mind.
couldn't get his words out. I'm like, because he's literally hyperventilating. Anyone who's ever been in that situation where you hyperventilate like that, that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah. And Fred Stark, Tony Stark's brother here, he's about to get ripped on.
If you're going to go into something that's been excluded in a pretrial order, you better ask the court, you better get permission. This is ridiculous.
It wasn't excluded, Your Honor.
You know why it was excluded in the first place? Because it was propensity evidence. I had heard nothing in this trial to change any of my rulings. So why?
Testimony, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
That was before the
Don't
defense testimony.
get brazen with me.
Oh, golly
you
gee.
knew very well. You know very well that an attorney can't go into these types of areas when the judge has already ruled without asking outside the presence of the jury to do so. So don't give me that. You have an incident where he's making comments about some alleged shoplifters versus crimes that involve instantaneous actions, whether premeditated murder or whether self-defense. That's for the jury to decide. But I don't see the similarity. I said it couldn't come in, and it isn't coming in. No matter what you think. I said.
So this is the prosecutor. I don't know how you guys feel about the prosecutor. This guy was oh my God, Binger was grasping at straws.
Yes.
Mark, have you had a chance to actually watch the proceedings? Have you seen this guy like trying to get things by the judge?
Yeah, I've seen some of it. I tried to get caught up on it as much as I could. But when I see something like this, where to me it should be obvious to everybody that it was self-defense, I'm just like, it seems like a big distraction to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like now they want everyone to focus on this because obviously there's a lot of other stuff going on the side. So I've almost not been looking at it, almost kind of like, to give a middle finger to the way things are today.
Right.
But, but it's a shame because there is a kid's life at stake here,
Yes.
and that's the part that's really messing with me, that they're going to do it again. And I've seen them do it before.
Yeah.
Where, he could actually lose his freedom when he should not.
Right.
Can you imagine like just what that, and let's face it, in many ways he's still a child. Can you imagine Can you imagine what that child's going through when he's reliving that? Because indeed, he's been blooded for life. He's taken another human being's life. That's hard enough on a seasoned adult.
Mm-hmm.
And you mean
much less a 17-year-old child.
You look at the reaction of his mother, who did an interview talking about how it's affected the family, and not only that, but this isn't just affecting, the people involved or the families involved. We are under basically an open threat that if this person is found not guilty, is found that he was defending his life, which is what he was doing, this was self-defense, that even more people are going to be in danger. Because the usual suspects, the rioters, the hate groups, they're going to come right out and use this as an excuse to cause more damage, destroy more local businesses, create more chaos. So this is a terrible situation. It reminds me in a way of the OJ trial. It really does, and the chaos that ensued after that.
Well, let me put this out there too. It's I hate because they will use it. They'll use another white man found innocent, and I hate when we start putting race into it, because you have to look at the evidence and all the evidence. The drone footage the FBI just so happened to find recently that could have made everyone realize that this kid definitely didn't do anything wrong.
Wait, it wasn't the FBI though. Remember that drone footage, the evidence fairy dropped it off at his doorstep last Friday.
That's right.
The FBI was the plane footage that they had.
No, that's right. That's right.
This was just like magically, dropped off at like Jesus was like, oh, he's so guilty. What can I do to help him? Oh, here, I'll drop off evidence at his door.
Orville Nation. I'm sorry, real quick. Orville Nation for $5. In my opinion, the news should not be
posturing.
I was about to say posturing. Posturing.
Yes.
The news should limit themselves to reporting.
But
This-
the news is
I
bought and
disagree.
paid for.
Well,
Okay, it depends on if someone's doing an editorial or if someone's giving an objective piece. But when it comes to presenting information as it is, what has happened, the facts of the matter, what's going on in the courtroom, that's what they should be reporting. But that's not what we get in the mainstream news now. We've seen that one video that came out years ago of all those different news channels saying the same damn thing on their morning shows.
That's freaky.
That is how they operate.
But it's not just that, Walton. It's also 24/7. Ever since they went to the 24/7 model, they have to find news.
Well,
so the news, right? The news now creates news. They don't report it; they create it.
The playbook now is gaslight to the max, and that's exactly what they always do.
Well,
because you know, if you look at the whole
all of them too. All of them.
All of them, 100%. But it's gaslight to the max, and you know, even though that there shouldn't be any racial component to this, people are trying to absolutely throw in a racial component for no other good reason than, you know, to again further that extreme leftist progressive narrative about the fact that, you know, somehow he's a white supremacist.
Well,
so they have to make that leap.
Right. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, I was just gonna say, as far as like the news having to just do news, I think it's fine if they do opinions, but it just needs to be better. It should be more
separation
clear of what you're getting. Are you getting, which is, you know, the whole thing with Veritas and the New York Times and
that's a big part too, man. That's a big story.
Well, even before this latest story, with the whole like, well, is this opinion or is this a fact-based news piece? And I think it should just be clearly identified as either or. I have no problem with Anderson Coopers and the Don Lemons and the Tuckers and anybody else that wants to do their, you know, because they're not journalists, they're
entertainers. They're entertainers.
That's fine, but don't try to convince me or don't present it as though this is like like based purely on facts. Like this is what we know. When you're putting your opinion in it.
You know something? I wonder if it's even their opinion. I dare say.
I doubt it.
I dare say that we have never heard the opinion of Don Lemon or Chris Cuomo or any of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? What it is manipulation.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's the reason why they all stay on script. That's the reason why you can piece together journalists from across the country all saying the same thing. Because it's manipulation.
Well, that was because they're the same company. There's I forgot what the company is called, but the company owns all of the local stations that came from, and they were the ones giving out the script. That they were giving out the script to everybody. That's why it was so in sync like that. But you're right, though.
But that's all you hear. Is anybody gonna come on TV and say something to the effect of maybe we shouldn't have drag queens read to preschoolers? Nobody's ever going to say that, you know, you know, the mainstream media, because they all have to stick to that same agenda. They have to manipulate the people, and we're not. I could see if we were all better for it, but we're not. Everyone is just angry at each other. Everyone is resentful, and we're just a powder keg, man.
Right.
Real
quick, Drew, let me just read this. Boba Yogi for $2 says, if acquitted, I can't even say that, LM will riot. Can't wait. I think a lot of people will riot because it's an excuse to riot. Yeah. People, that's it. A lot of these, okay, so I know Antifa, Black Lives Matter, whoever you want to throw in there. I believe a lot of the rioting, though, was a lot of COVID lockdown related. You had some powder kegs go off, and normal kids that probably wouldn't have even followed any of this had nothing better to do because they've been locked in their house for a year, and they went out and they did things that I hope they regret and they would never do again.
Bro,
it's scary. It's scary.
Listen, before I get into that final point I wanted to make real quick, all these riots have a component. Okay, so you got the paid agitators, then you got, you know, some people that are genuinely pissed off and rioting, and then you've got it's free shit.
Yeah.
you got it's like 1, 2, 3 right down the line. That's usually how these riots are set up. That's how they go. You know,
you also got people who are tired of being told who they are when they're not that. Okay, so if you're telling white kids all the time that you're racist by nature and that you're oppressors and abusers, and they're like, but we're not that. You get pissed off. And then you got black people, you're telling them that you're victims all the time. So now you got black people feeling like, yeah, you owe us. That's enough. That's enough. You know, so what do you get when you put all that shit together? You know, it's like you get this explosive situation.
The summer of love. That's
well, it was a pretty hot summer.
But that final point I was going to make, Scott.
Yeah, real quick.
You know, and I made this point last night. You probably are. You and I think, are around the same age. Yep. I think Marc's around the same age. So, if refresh my memory, if you guys remember in the 80s, you remember the Bernard Goetz case in New York.
Oh yeah, the subway guy.
Yeah.
So
he was accosted on the subway by, a group of, I guess what you would consider thugs or hoodlums or whatever, and he wound up pulling his piece and blowing them away. And now, back during those days, I mean, there were comparisons. They compared a guy to like Dirty Harry, whatever, and in many cases, he was hailed as, a hero of self-defense. Some people said, on the other side, said he was a vigilante. But for the most part, he was hailed in a positive light because essentially he took out the trash. Well, if you fast forward to this kid is being demonized for doing essentially the same thing, defending himself against the angry mob. And then now, it's like, oh, he's terrible. He's nothing more than a vigilante, or he's this, that, or the other. But the stark contrast over the years.
That's a bad comparison, man.
How do you figure?
Well, because because there's a lot behind. I know the story you're talking about. There's more to it than just that. He actually went out looking for this to happen. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Because it wasn't the first time he was attacked, right?
That's right.
It wasn't the first time he was attacked.
Yeah, he was going back out.
Yeah, he has a valid point there, Drew. This was
which shows premeditation.
Actually, but you are right. Drew is right that he was applauded by a lot of people, where this kid went out to help people and defended himself from, again, a child rapist screaming the N-word at him, grabbing the muzzle of his gun as the kid tried to run away as a gun was shot behind him. So the kid turned around and defended himself. Yeah, but he's being demonized. So I'm not saying you can compare the two, but look at the two stories, which nowadays Goetz would be burned, and a lot of people would say, yeah, it's actually a valid thing. Back then, he was actually hailed. But this is the news footage we talked about earlier, which every time I see it, I'm sorry, it freaks me the frig out. If this is the one, I think this is the one. Here we go.
Yeah, this is Sinclair.
Wow, that's
Hi,
loud.
I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about troubling, irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these things simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
You know what's crazy about this?
Look like Wink Martindale.
All I know is I feel like something is really extremely dangerous to our society all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys.
The thing that creeps me out is like, whoa, NBC and CBS doing it together.
That's what
crossing
screwed
the
me up.
street,
That's what screwed
crossing
me up.
the networks. Yeah, that's what.
Well,
Don't
this is the
streams.
reason that Ivory Hecker quit, and it just reinforces how awesome she is that she got out of that echo chamber.
Right. Yes, we are not a democracy. We are a
Democratic Republic.
No, we are a constitutional republic. So get it right. Anywho, so look, we all know that the media indicted this kid, got politicians to ride that train, and if I can't believe. All right, let's go around, Mr. Grant Gregory, and we'll go counterclockwise from there. Do you think he will be found guilty or innocent? Acquitted.
I think he's going to be found guilty. I honestly
Really?
think that this. I do. There is.
Wow.
The fact of the matter is, if this was left up to the judge's discretion, the judge's decision, I don't think he would be. But I hold zero hope for him doing. He'll get convicted, and what will happen is the judge will probably render a light sentence.
Wow. All right,
I
go ahead.
I think that's the way that'll go.
Go ahead, Walton.
I think the best we can hope for this point is a mistrial. Really.
Wow. Negativity around.
Well,
we got a bot. Take care of it.
The jurors are going to be scared for their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a situation like that, you don't know if the facts are really going to matter in this situation. He should be found not guilty. He is not guilty.
Wow.
He was he was self-defense.
Mad?
Yeah, sorry, I'm reporting the spam in the chat, which everybody else should do.
Thank you. I was trying to say Mad Martigan strips without clothing.
Yeah, they don't know. Anyway,
that same bot went into Red Gaze's stream and got him, but I thought it was more fitting for Gaze's channel. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
I think so. I don't know, man. I really don't, because they're gonna know who the jury who the jurors are, right? You gotta kind of look at it from their perspective as well. They know. I mean, I think 2 or 3 of them at the very least know that this is all bullshit, but they have things that they need to consider as well. They need to consider their own families, their own safety as well, and what would happen if they do. So there's a lot that we're putting on the jury. And I think that this needs to be addressed in some way or some fashion moving forward with other trials as well, because you cannot.
They were filming their jury. They were filming the jury. They caught them. They say it was Antifa. I don't know, but somebody was filming the jury, each person's face, and they caught them and got their phones and confiscated their phones.
You'll never be able to.
Binger will probably like the information if he loses. I mean, you can't put it past him. He's already shown he's got no ethics.
You'll never be able to eliminate all bias from the jury, because they are humans, right? But until we're able to address it to where like you actually get a fair trial, as fair as we can, you know what I mean? Because there's still going to be that bias, but the jury shouldn't have to worry about looking over their shoulder for the rest of their lives or until the next thing happens.
Yeah, look at MSM. MSM was actually doing it too. Forbidden Rune said that's so disgusting. Also,
they're a part of that group. They need to enforce the hive mind. We got to make sure we strike fear, because that's what they've been doing for the last year and a half, is selling
rule by fear.
Keep everybody afraid.
Selling fear.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Drew. What do you think? Will he be found guilty or not guilty?
My gut says that by the skin of their ass they'll get through with a not guilty, but I have that very, very, very bad feeling that social pressure and everything else is going to hit that jury.
Which reminds me of the OJ trial.
And I would not be surprised with a conviction.
First of all, Steven, the glove didn't fit, so shut up.
But I personally feel he'll just beat it.
Okay.
A
Marc?
whisker.
Yeah, I really hope I'm wrong. I'm saying they'll find him guilty just because there's too much politically going on here. The kid was defending himself, which is something that they really don't like to endorse. In this larger society anymore. That the individual citizen, there's actually a time when you do have to use deadly force in defense of yourself. Like, what would have happened if he didn't do that?
He'd be dead.
He'd be dead.
Yeah. I mean, that's the simple question that I don't know if they even asked that,
Yeah.
Like, is that the outcome we would have preferred to have seen?
No.
This
guy Binger, man. This guy Binger kept saying, like, you shot him with the intent of using deadly force. And he's like, no, stopping him. Like, I was just trying to defend. This kid was a fantastic witness to put on the court.
I think his defense attorney has let him down. Honestly, like, all you really had to do was just sit back and be like, no, hey, look, man, keep bringing up your witnesses. Like,
it blew my mind they put him on. I was shocked they put him on. I thought that was the dumbest move, but it turned out to be a very, very smart move.
Well, it needed to be because there's elements of the crime that he's the only one that was to be able to establish.
It's not even about the crime. It's about the guy Binger. Binger, like, tried to insinuate him being silent up until that moment of him testifying was a calculated move. He shouldn't have been. He should have been talking to news reporters and talking about his story on social media. Why was he silent all the way? He was trying to say that the kid listened to everybody's testimony in the court and then created his story from that. That to me was right there should have been the mistrial, but they decided not to, which to me, I have faith in the American justice system. I can't even say that without laughing, but I have faith in the jury. I have faith that one person will realize that their decision will destroy this kid's life for life if they make the wrong decision.
That's not the concern.
He'll be found innocent.
That's not the concern. The concern for them, think of it from their perspective. It's not what happens to him. It's what happens to me and my family.
And I'm hoping one person's brave enough to stand up and say, I'm going to take that.
Okay, I know this isn't as static as two sides, but let's just look at the dualistic aspect of it right now. You have one side that has proven year after year that if they don't get what they want, they will burn your shit down, they will beat you up, they will go after your kids, they will go after your neighborhood, they will dox you, that everything nasty you could possibly think of, and they're backed by people who just, drop loads of pallets at random locations from mysterious donors. You have
allegedly.
The other side. Allegedly. Then you have the other side, so to speak, let's just say common sense people that don't do that. Which side strikes more fear in you? I think
they're already getting, what is it, the National Guard? They're like calling out in anticipation.
Right.
Like, why? It's not even that complicated, man. It's like anybody who saw the footage of the kid walking through the streets asking people if they need help. And everything. The kid wasn't there to kill anybody, man.
But Mark,
you know what I mean? How is this even a question?
Right.
Mark, you know as well as I do that it's not, the facts don't matter. It's not your facts, it's the feeling.
Not your facts, it's my truth.
So the fact that we've even come to this point, this far, where CNN can be reporting this story the way they do, demonizing this kid means that he's in trouble. This should have been stopped a long time ago.
Yep.
Yes.
It should never have happened.
It shouldn't have got this far.
Nah, man,
Right.
it makes
Well,
sense.
I can tell you, if he was killed by the pedo, then we never would have even heard about the case.
Oh, no, because he's the hero. The pedo's the hero. Yeah.
Look at what was it? The officer was it David Dorn? You know who?
Yeah.
He died on the sidewalk, man. You know what I mean?
People were stepping over his corpse to rob TVs.
Yeah, no one was. Black lives didn't matter then. You know what I'm saying? Nobody marching, no outrage or anything like that then.
A black man killed at a Black Lives Matter riot. Like that to me is the sum of the summer.
Well,
he got killed. I guess that would have been what they wanted to see happen to Kyle.
Yes.
That would have been preferable.
I was listening to Ben Shapiro the other day, and he brought this up. Like, why is this being the focus of everyone rather than the I forgot the other guy, the other guy that's on that was killed by the white guys that they're on trial right now. Like he was a runner. He was like 90 minutes from his house, jogging like one would.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Why does that have such little focus when this has all of it. And what he was saying was like, well, because with this one, they put out this narrative of him being a white supremacist and him doing all these things, all these different things, and it's not true. So they're having to double and triple down on him.
Well, doesn't that go to show you though, Mad? Like the people that say they're progressive, and even though Malcolm X told you to fear, the most dangerous person in America is the liberal or the progressive white American.
Right. He said don't trust neither, but yeah.
Yeah, but these are the people that tell you how to believe, tell us that we're racist, but yet they're the ones focusing on this trial instead of the trial where a man was jogging and two white men in a truck hunted him down and shot him because he was in the wrong neighborhood and because he went through a construction site, which who hasn't when they were younger, or
well,
who
telling
hasn't?
that story might be a threat to our democracy.
Well,
yes.
Let me give you
Pimp
guys a
raid.
name. Have any of you heard of Brian Easley?
The name sounds familiar.
Brian Easley in July of 27 was shot and killed by a cop, sniper. He was in Wells Fargo. He's a Marine veteran. What happened was the VA stopped his payments, right? And he tried to, he went to the VA and tried to get them to reinstate it. They wouldn't do it because the VA is the VA, right? And so then he goes to Wells Fargo and he's robbing the bank. Doesn't hurt anyone. And he doesn't want any money other than the money that he is owed by the VA. And by the way, the VA, the disability, it's garbage, right? I'm at 90%. And I can tell you right now, he was less than me and he's just asking for peanuts, right? And so the cops get there. Peanuts.
I really heard
the cops get there.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
That must have been a subconscious thing I was thinking about. Anyway, so the cops get there and they're negotiating, right? And I think it may have been the chief of police is negotiating with them. And this cop it calls in, hey, I got a shot. By the way, he tells them that he has a bomb, right? That he has a bomb. He doesn't, but he tells them, listen. So the cop asks, hey, yeah, I got a clear shot. Can I do it? Negative. A little bit time goes by, shot him.
Without
after being told not to do it, shot him.
Oh my God, I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah,
I'll have to look that one up.
By the way, cop was cleared.
There you go. But we hear nothing about that.
Heard nothing about it. You're talking about it. Oh, did I mention he's black? I don't know. If I mentioned that. Yeah. Listen, but he was a veteran. Just wanting his $600 or some shit from the VA, nothing more. Everybody at the bank that was hostage, they were like, he was the nicest man. Like he was nice. You know what I mean? And he was shot down against a cop who
went against orders, and the guy was told he had a bomb. Wow, that was smart. Damaj and I pimp raiding it for $2. Thank you, Damaj and I love you, man.
Dark Council in the house.
Dark Council in the house. You are always welcome to join the
Hail
panel.
the Dark Council. 51 in the chat. Hit the like button, smash out the link if you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective for $4.99. Everyone is concerned about a kid with no arrest record and having as they claim an assault rifle, which. Right. Yet no one care that a criminal had a handgun, which the narrative was the kid tried to shoot him with his hands up, put the gun down, had to re-rack it because of misfire, pulled the gun up and shot him. The truth is the kid drew his gun up, saw the guy's hands up, so he dropped the gun. There was no misfire. The guy then pulled out a handgun. Kyle then pulled up the gun and shot him.
What are you going to do?
But the narrative there was a misfire. I believed that until I saw the evidence because that's what the media told us. That's what's scary. Even someone like me who doesn't believe the media right off the rip, that is something I thought was true. I know we spent an hour and 15 minutes on this. Let's move on to something a little lighter.
There's so much we didn't even get into.
There's so much more, dude. So much more. But we can hold that for after Wednesday's show when they finally come out with the verdict, hopefully. But thank you, everybody, for listening. I know we're supposed to be an entertainment, but this is important. There is a cultural war, but there is also, I believe, a war for the soul of America that we are fighting every single day, even in our little corner of the YouTube spectrum.
Can I just say, too,
Please,
it's so important that we all remember we are all responsible for ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Accountability is something they really don't want us to have anymore. They want the government to do the thinking for us. You know, they want the government to tell us when it's time to get a shot, when it's time to do this stuff.
Yes,
we
sir.
have a choice. You know, the guy who was out there running around, you know, all those people who are rioting and stuff, man, you get what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're out there being lawless and stuff, you can expect that probably something bad is going to happen to you. All right. So there you have it. That's the part that they won't report. You know, it's like if you knock a kid down, he's got an AR-15 or whatever, you force him to defend himself. Well, you're going to get what you deserve.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? Don't fuck with people, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Don't try.
what people do.
Don't try to kill him, Mark. Don't try to kill him.
Don't try to kill people, okay?
Yeah, that's smart.
You know,
That's
keep
smart.
your hands to yourself. You know, but they try to spoon feed you this. Oh, it should never happen. It doesn't matter. He shouldn't be dead. Well, look, he had a choice, and we all do.
You're right.
Hey,
I wanted to show this real quick.
Before you move on, can you
we're
show
not
this?
moving on yet. I'm
Can
going
you
to
show
show
the
this, and
screen?
then I'll show your screen right after
Okay,
this.
because I'm tired of having to look at it.
Well, because this is a young Turk. This is somebody who is a very the young Turks are
Anna
usually
Kasparian.
yeah,
Oh, God.
Anna. They're usually so far left, and even she had to admit what the media reported, and then what she heard in the opening statements. Completely, she got it wrong. So let's just hear what she had to say. This is from YouTube channel. I want to make sure everybody knows YouTube channel Adam's Friended. Subscribe to the channel. The link is in the description.
Is that Skitch and Adam or whatever? It's from.
It just says Adam Friended. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure that's just highlights from their live stream called it's Stitch and Adam and Stitch. It's really good.
Yeah,
It's very long.
It's a little one that goes for about 15 hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's another.
All right, here we go.
About that. Okay, so I want to correct the record. I was, in fact, wrong about that. So look, these details matter because if you're going to make an argument that you acted in self-defense, there needs to be some proof that there was an imminent threat. Now, what really mattered to me was how all of this unfolded. What was the thing that sparked it? What started all of it? And initially, I was under the assumption that Rittenhouse was the person who was chasing after Joseph Rosenbaum, that's how it had started. But I was wrong about that, okay? So I want to correct the record. I was, in fact, wrong about that. And to show you the evidence to reinforce that I was wrong about that, I want to go to this video that shows how everything really started.
Here is where we first see Joseph Rosenbaum, the first person Kyle Rittenhouse fatally shoots that night.
Sex offender.
He joins the fight against the armed civilians, as other protesters tried to stop him. Rosenbaum has just been released from the hospital after undergoing mental health treatment. His reasons for being here are unclear, and he doesn't appear to have attended a protest before. But his actions on this night will add to an already volatile situation. Rittenhouse walks towards a parking lot where cars are being vandalized. He passes Joseph Rosenbaum, who was fighting with the armed men at the gas station earlier. Rosenbaum now starts chasing Rittenhouse. And throws a plastic bag that holds his belongings from the hospital. Close behind them, a man holds up a handgun and fires it. We don't know why. Then Rosenbaum lunges towards Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse fires 4 times.
So those details matter, right? Who was chasing who matters. The gunshots by some other unidentified person, that matters, especially if you're Rittenhouse and you're running away and then you hear shots and then Rosenbaum lunges toward him.
Rosenbaum, the sex offender, don't forget.
Now, okay, question is, you can say, yeah, good for her for, for recognizing the truth of the matter, correcting herself. My question is, considering the history of the Young Turks, are they setting themselves up because they know that this case is going to end up with a not guilty verdict, or is this to help deflect for some future?
I have the answer, guys. That came down from their legal department. Are you kidding me? Once it was established in court that what they're saying didn't happen, they would be liable.
Are the original videos still up though?
Yes, but if they correct it though, like that's what they're trying to limit the
You got a
damage
valid point.
that can
You
be
got a valid
done.
point.
God, I'm telling
But
you,
you
that
know
is
how
not
many
her
different
coming
you
around.
know how many different news stations would have to do that and they haven't? I believe that was actually her. I do. But maybe because of what you're saying, not maybe because of legal, but maybe because of the court of public opinion that she has been speaking out against this kid for so much, and now she realized, holy crap, I am so goddamn wrong.
But they're not. No, because think about it. Whatever his name is, next to her, that the dude,
Chunky.
Yeah. He never came out. He never came out and said he was wrong, but he was right there with her the whole time saying the same shit. Yeah. Right. And by the way, I believe she was as sincere as sincerely that's her nose.
Yeah, I think you have a point.
She didn't try and deflect it. And usually when she does her apologies, she deflects blame on someone else, and she didn't do it that time.
Yeah, that was one thing I was wondering too. What is this?
This came from like an hour ago when we were talking about Asians for whatever reason.
Oh, okay.
See, if you look down at the bottom, second up from the starting in the bottom, students of color minus Asian.
Oh my God! What college is this?
Maryland, University of Maryland.
Minus Asians. That's crazy. That is crazy.
That's all right. We can tell all the Asians. We can come on into Caucasians. Come on, we'll take you. We'll take you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Racial draft.
Asians.
I mean, I'd like to have a meeting before we just.
No, I said let
welcome them in.
No. We need more on our team. We need more on our team. All right, let's talk about something stupid and fun. Disney Plus had a day.
They had a day?
Yeah, they had a day. It was Disney Plus Day.
Disney Plus is still a thing?
It is. And they got a lot of shit coming out.
I think you described that properly.
I wanted to make sure I used the right term. Yeah, Disney Plus had a day and everything that was announced. So let's scroll up because I was all the way down. So Disney Plus Day. Yeah, that was it. Shella
it's a
Chong.
white woman.
Yeah, it's a white woman.
Yeah, we welcome you.
We welcome you. Thank you.
I like that one, Grant. Thank you.
Grant, that was quick. Thank you. So we got Kenobi. Did anybody see any of the scissor reel on Kenobi?
Nah, bro. Yeah. I haven't even wanted to because I know the controversy that's already been stunk about this for the last several months and what's going to come.
It's just basically concept art, right?
Yeah. Like, okay, that's cool. You don't have a single frame from what you filmed?
You know, I did see something that didn't look like someone made it in their basement. Like it actually, but you're right. This is all concept art. Like they have been filming this now for how long they said?
And aren't they using the same method that they did on The Mandalorian where like they have all those screens, which allows them to see. So like how hard is it because everything's rendered, right?
Well, they got that whole studio that they built in Orlando for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know Raging Rhino is really excited about this show, so
he loves it.
I would have loved to hear what he had to say, but I'll ask another Aussie. Are you excited for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No, not even close.
No,
it's a moot point. Like, I mean, how many times are they gonna redo a battle, and then they're gonna do another prequel where him and Vader are fought again, and then again, and then again, and then they're gonna replace it with Grievous, and then he'll fight Grievous another 150 times. I mean, if you want to really know how Rhino feels, we were on a stream last night and he ripped into it better than I could.
I couldn't imagine that.
Disney Star Wars Unwanted Buck sets with a reanimated corpse.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know, man. I think that
it's an odd tagline, but yeah, I like it.
I've said this a few times. You know, as a geosexual, I want them.
Whoa. Excuse me, a what?
A geode sexual,
and that is a rock lover.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets rock hard for rocks.
Oh. I almost slid out my chair first time I saw a picture of geode. Anyway, so what?
That doesn't work for me. Anyways, I'll explain that later.
It does. I'll explain it to you later.
Did you shard?
Well, I mean, I had like pajama pants on. It was getting sweaty. It doesn't matter, Scott.
Okay.
So
getting swampy.
You took me off my point. What I was gonna say was, that was a bad joke I had. I was gonna do anyway. So I want them to keep doing this. I want them to do this because they're gonna destroy it, burn it to the ground, and then we can rebuild it. It can be rebuilt. But before we can get there, we have to let them go through this process.
Yeah, we need a Johnson trilogy. We need let it all come out. Absolutely. Absolutely. To see how god awful it is until they have just milked this thing until this reanimated corpse.
Yeah.
Until there's nothing left. Because
that got me moved down here.
Yeah, well, I just like because you do better getting blocked. You know. You do we will be talking about Walton's new favorite series, Groot, the Groot one, but we'll talk about that in a bit.
I get it.
You fuck
it's a
trees.
pretty diverse panel. You've got a tree rooter and a rock rooter. So there we go.
Yeah, we have really crunchy, lovers of Earth. Yeah, Earth elements. Okay, so what about you, Mark? Mark, I mean, I know you're a huge. I know you're a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi, where we're gonna get Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen battling again, as Darth Christensen and Obi McGregor. Kruger. What do you think?
No, I'll go back and read the back issues. Like there's nothing here, bro. There's nothing here. We know damn well that Obi-Wan and Vader don't fight again until episode 4. It's like anything that's coming, like that whole rematch thing. That's what's got me. Like I don't even know where the story is here. He's supposed to be hiding out, making sure that Luke is protected. There's no space. There's no room for swashbuckling or doing this or doing that. Where's the story? I don't see where the story is going to be.
You know what? If they want to bring Hayden back as Vader and all, which could be cool if it wasn't Disney Star Wars, why don't you have him hunting down rogue Jedi? Give us that story.
That would be a better story.
It would definitely be a better story because there shouldn't be anything. There shouldn't be anything dealing with Obi-Wan until we get to A New Hope, till we get to Star Wars.
Well,
that's just it.
They put themselves in this position of where they, no matter what they come out with between episode 3 and episode 4, they have to be gone by the time we start episode 4 because they're not around. That's what am I looking at?
That is Sunsworn.
Oh.
That is Sunsworn. Get your copy today, people. I do.
I guarantee you they will not do a better job than what the Fixin post or whatever when they did the Obi-Wan Darth Vader from A New Hope, but they added fighting to it.
Right.
To kind of flesh it out and make it a better fight. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link out there.
Oh, the New Hope one where it's like a faster,
Yes.
Right. But what I believe is like
fabulous.
That fight between Vader and Obi-Wan is more of like a samurai fight. Like it's not supposed to be two ninjas. They're two swordsmen, but they're more samurai. They do deliberate slashes at each other. It's a more classic style of fighting. And at the time, Alec McGuinness was 900
and 700. Yeah.
Hey, George.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome, George.
Good to see you.
George.
Late running from work.
Hey, George, are you excited for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I was actually a little bit, but I haven't seen any of the new marketing collateral. Was it any good?
No.
How do you feel about what's the art called?
I thought you were going to ask about geode smelting.
As long as they don't make it woke, which is what I'm worried about. But I
got good news, George. You don't have to worry anymore. It will be.
Even if it isn't, they're going to do their best that they can to emasculate the characters, to destroy any kind of timeline that the original canon had, because that's what Disney Star Wars.
Well, don't forget. Think about this too, real quick, George. First, let me read this, and then I'm going to make my point. Riff Mangos for Australian $5. It's good to see you, my brother. Hail Sporking. Here's a small contribution for an awesome panel. Thank you.
Riff.
I am not sharing it with them. My point is this. They're going to make sure that Obi-Wan Kenobi has an amazing journey to all these different planets instead of doing what he's supposed to doing, watching young Luke Skywalker and protecting the next chosen one because he's a deadbeat dad.
Well, yeah, I mean, even more than that, there's going to be a female character there that will do whatever he does better.
What I'd like to know is who the main cast is outside of Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Then I could tell more if it's going to be.
Let's look that up.
How woke it's going to be.
It's going to be some chicks, man.
There's 3 or 4.
If we had someone like Gina Carano, then I'd say that's a good sign. But someone like her, since they haven't brought her back. But
we're going to find out right now. All right. Let me quickly, while you make your point, and then I'll say what the cast is.
No, I was just gonna say, Scott. You know, when I don't feel any better. You know, and we've known about this over at Bounding for a long time, and you know, we knew even then when we were writing our articles about this, it was gonna suck, and I know it's gonna suck because look, you know, and Alora and Steve brought this up and everything. It's absolutely gonna be one of the final torpedoes to just absolutely tear apart the original ideas that George Lucas had, because this makes no sense at all. You know, it's like if Steven said, if you at least had from Vader's perspective, and you could have done Hayden Christensen
hunting down the
Jedi Purge, yes,
yeah.
You know, the final Jedi that he needed to get, and you could have taken like some of the ideas from The Force Unleashed, where some of the Jedi he was going after. But
what were you going to say? Hold on 1 second. What were you going to say, Mark? Because I heard you speak up.
Oh, I'm thinking. Well, I was thinking to myself, you're bringing back Hayden. Is he going to actually be playing Darth Vader?
Yes.
Yep.
So he's not going to have the James Earl Jones voice anymore.
You
know,
it's a good question.
Like, you know, so you're messing up the whole image of Darth Vader. I mean, why bring Hayden back if he's going to be wearing the helmet? He's not going to be recognizable anyway. You know what I mean?
Well, from what I've seen,
not going to sound.
Disney Plus, Mark, has like a piece where they show like behind the scenes footage, and they show Hayden Christensen like no arms, no legs, hanging out without the suit. They literally show, like, is that the only reason you brought him back? Will he be talking in those parts and then becomes Darth Vader and most likely will just be quiet?
I'll be honest, there's like a 20% cool factor at having Hayden back. And that part.
Doesn't bother me at all.
Right, because he's terrible.
I
mean,
listen, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
He's gone. You know that the line that I hang on to the most is he's more machine now than man.
Yes.
It's like I once he's no longer Anakin and he's Darth Vader, there should be no remnants of Anakin there until Luke sets him free. You know, at the end of Return of the Jedi. I want no remnants of Anakin in Darth Vader.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? That doesn't work for me, baby.
You're right.
Doesn't.
Well, you know, they do have the comic canon that carried on where they show Vader for a while right after when he's hunting the Jedi, where he still has Anakin inside of him fighting him until he goes through this entire process where he finally gets rid of Anakin because it's constantly calling to him this light piece inside him until he destroys it. What I was concerned about is the fact that, look, Disney has been killing every one of their franchises, you know, Marvel, Star Wars. Yeah. But, and I've been saying for a while, well, for the short time that I've been on here and then in Super Chats for the last year or so, that everyone who loves the IP needs to go back and read everything old, watch all the old canon so you can support it and keep that spark alive. But at the same time, you never know. Keep an open mind. If it's horrible, great. We have great material to make fun of, mock, ridicule, and bring them down so we can talk to the shareholders. See, every time when they bring something woke out, even though for the moment it's horrible, it actually does have a positive meaning for us because it gives us more ammunition in order to show how they've transitioned and destroyed these famous franchises. Think about it.
Damaj and I. Oh, I'm sorry, George. I was just gonna say Damaj and I. He agrees with you, Mark, and you, George. $2. Obi-Wan and Darth Vader should not cross blades until episode 4.
Absolutely not.
I for two things. One, I can't believe no one has asked about is James Earl Jones doing the voice yet.
I know that was the first time I thought about it.
Yeah, because
it's
like
we always believe
that's what I'm here for, my man.
Thank you, Mark.
Awesome. No, but and two,
I've never met Mark. Hello.
I'm surprised. I think what it is because Disney doesn't care for him. Look at what happened on his birthday. Nobody said happy birthday to him. But
that's right.
Two, I'm surprised they didn't do this from Darth Vader's perspective because if you look at Maleficent, whatever her name was, and the dog killer, whatever her name. I don't pay attention to these people.
Cruella
DeVille.
No, Cruella de Fauci. That's what I
call and the one from like Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, whatever. Sleeping Beauty, I think.
Maleficent.
Yeah. They love doing it from bad guys, and they love like, see, they weren't that bad.
Because
they had reason to kill the
because they're
puppies.
destroying the hero's journey. That's why they're bringing in that more deconstructive. Let's look at the dark thing because they want to embrace that. But this is why politics keeps infecting pop culture and film, is because they're trying to bring a nihilism about.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
You're
Well
right.
said, George.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, so they're going to screw up Star Wars. Let's see what else they're going to screw us with here. Make
Do
sure
we
I
know
get
who
to
the cast is in Obi-Wan?
Yeah,
by the
you know
way?
what? Okay, so it's you got Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh, no,
exactly.
Like, why is
shit from Eternals? Okay,
Yeah, why
now
is
I
he
know
in
it's
it?
woke.
Wait,
Like what? I don't.
woke.
And he's in for 6 episodes. Like why?
out of how many episodes?
Out of 6.
Out of
Oh,
6.
Jesus Christ!
So
You
we
all-
know now it's full woke because
Okay,
that guy lives
right.
for press junkets.
Well, you also got Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, Joel Edgerton for Owen Lars, Rupert Friend. I don't know him, but the name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
You got Ice Cube's kid, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Really?
Yeah.
I like him
Get the
though.
hell out of here.
Yeah, dude. Okay, I'm bringing this up so you guys can see this. Hold up, because I was kind of shocked by this. All right.
I need liquor.
I mean,
I hear you, Walton.
this is it right here. I am shocked by this. Kamal, I didn't even know, or Kamali, or I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing. Kamal, okay.
Yeah.
I'm shocked he's in it.
And he's above Hayden Christensen.
Zoom in.
Why is he got? Why is he
Yeah,
got?
you noticed
top
that.
billing?
Why is he?
Yeah, he's got a higher billing than Hayden and Ewan McGregor. See, that's the woke. That's what I
Because
was
he's
worried
woke. Right.
Ice
right.
Cube- Ice
Hold on,
Cube's
is it in alphabetical order?
No, I
No.
was thinking that too. No, it's
Nope.
not.
Nope, not at all. Not with the 6 episode people. It's not in alphabetical. For some reason, he's above Ewan McGregor, who the title role is named after. Like
Same thing on The Witcher. Look at that. I mean, I love Henry Cavill as Geralt of Rivia,
Hell
but
yeah.
like he's not. He's probably not first billing over there either.
No, that's crazy. Okay, so we got Maya
Erskine.
Erskine. She's some comedy where 2 girls are better than everybody.
Oh, she's going to emasculate Obi-Wan then. She's gonna
That's
Who's
what I'm
Rupert
thinking.
Friend?
Yeah,
Who
let's
is that?
check. Let's see who Rupert Friend is.
Oh, we've seen him before.
Oh, he's the
Have we?
hitman in Agent 47. Yep.
Oh,
He's a good
okay.
actor.
Well, that makes me. Huh?
He's a good
He's-
actor.
Yeah, he's talented. The
Is
guy
he?
could definitely play. The
he
guy
was
could play.
in Homeland. He was in Homeland. He was the assassin.
Oh yeah, dude, you're right.
Yep.
All right, so we got her, Maya. She's in the show Pen 15, which is
That's penis.
yeah,
What the
that's
hell is
penis.
that?
Get
Never
it?
heard
Pen
of her.
15. It's about
Okay, I'm
penis.
interested in that. What's that one?
You really love talking about dick.
He really does.
Yeah.
Sung Kang. Sung Kang has been in the Fast and the Furious. I
Oh,
love this
yeah.
guy.
That's my boy right there.
I
like
love
that.
this
I
dude.
like him, yeah.
I love
Wasn't
this
he- Wasn't
dude.
he in that ninja film? Remember there was a ninja assassin or
The
assassin?
G.I. Joe Snake Eyes.
No. Ninja.
I don't know, but according to the University of
pretty
Maryland,
good.
he's white and I accept him.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you
it's
kidding me?
yeah, they're white now. Asians are white. Come on, stick with it, George.
Oh my god!
We got Benny Safadie. He was in Daddy Longlegs. Great movie, I guess.
That's the guy from Uncut Gems.
That's a face
Uncut
they're going to put
Gems.
prosthetics on.
Yeah. He's going to be Evil Man 1. Simone Kessel. God, she's fine. She's from Auckland, New Zealand.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
I like
he's
the
from New
New Zealand
Zealand. Yes, he's
Mr.
from New
Greg Gregory,
Zealand.
that must be right near you. Auckland.
Why is
Yeah,
it
but I
got to be
wouldn't
right
want to
near
swim
it?
it.
Well, because New Zealand and Australia are like the same country, aren't they?
Basically.
Oh,
Wow.
whoa.
Wow.
That's like saying as.
It's all right,
is
I'm
from
not.
New
I'm not
Zealand
offended.
and
I expect it from a Canadian.
Yeah.
Wait, can you go back to her? We didn't see what she's been in. I don't know who that is.
Okay. She's been in movies.
Anything where she had rack?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, can we get a full body shot?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, she was in Terra Nova. That's where I know her from.
Oh man, that show was such a
Four
good
episodes.
idea.
What a great idea for a show
right?
that just screwed it up.
Oh yeah, of course, immediately, like the
Yeah.
dome and all those
the
others.
guy from Avatar.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
was-
yeah.
Really? He's going to be the bad guy? No one saw that coming.
Yeah.
There are some people that as soon as they come on, like screen, you're like, oh, that's the bad guy. Ed Harris, he's kind of in that position now too. He's been the bad guy so much. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, that guy
Yeah.
and the guy from Band from Brothers with the blue eyes and the blonde hair.
The baby.
Every
head
time I
guy.
see him, Yeah, I'm like, oh, dude, that guy is the villain. Has to be.
So we got Bonnie. Bonnie's from
high school.
Melbourne.
Oh, she was Beret Lars. Wasn't that one of the princess's body doubles?
No, that's
that's Kira Knightley.
Oh my god!
It was his aunt. It was the aunt of Luke.
Oh, Lars.
Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, dude.
Dude, take away. Oh, sorry. Star Wars blows. Sorry, guys. The fucking first movie. I'm sorry. The prequels can suck a dong. You guys all are pathetic.
It's all right. We're nerds. We're supposed to be.
I totally forgot about Lars. The name Lars. Beru fucked me up. Moses.
Have you seen her? She's in fucking everything.
No, I don't know who that is.
Literally, if you look at her IMDb,
Game of Thrones.
Yes, I do know who she is.
Whatever happened to her character in Game of Thrones? Did we ever see? Like she was being plowed by the mountain.
She just got left there in the.
No, so let me tell you, you guys who don't know your Game of Thrones.
Hold on.
Her daughter was poisoned, and she got to sit there and watch her die,
right.
and just rot in a cell.
That's right.
Well, she can talk down to me any night.
All right. Sorry, I'm rewatching Game of Thrones. I'm on season 6 now. Man, those first 4 seasons are so good.
So good.
Right, but you know the ending is shit, right? So.
Well, season 5 sucked.
Rub it in, George.
Season 5, yeah.
Season 5 sucks. Season 6 isn't too bad.
Yeah, I'm like 3 or 4 episodes into it.
So you're just gonna stop before season 8? You're just gonna
No, I've watched all of it before. I'm rewatching. It's been like years, and there's so many little things that I forgot. I forgot that what's his name at the wall was a Targaryen. I forgot that
the who
what's his name? The blind guy.
The Meister.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
It's
done
not
with
as
the
good as
King.
Battlestar Galactica.
I mean, they're gonna screw it from episode 1. Kathleen Kennedy, executive producer.
Okay, Star Wars Nazis. Who's Tia?
Who?
I don't know.
Oh no, you guys don't know who Tia is. Oh,
it's a new character that they
Look
made
at
for
us.
this show.
I can't believe I screwed that up. I feel like such an idiot.
You should.
I do. I feel like such a moron.
Raging Rhino has removed your nerd cred.
Dude, Raging Rhino. He literally just kicked my balls from Uckland.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Uckland.
It's like when you get a ticket, from a cop and you have to take defensive driving or pay for it. You need to go back to like a nerd class, a weekend of watching all the Star Wars films.
Yeah, there you go. Makani says, Scott, he's not finishing you son of a bitch. $5. You guys don't know what you're talking about, guys.
He never will finish. He's too happy with all the ass he's getting and all the
Jane
naked on a trampoline.
Jane Theory, where are you? I need you.
Matt, you think George R. Martin is gonna finish Game of Thrones? Come on, really?
No.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Must have fell off the screen. My bad. There you go. I'm sorry. My bad.
I tell you what's going to happen, right? He's going to die, as we all will, act accordingly. And then they're going to be going through his stuff, and they're going to find like like some notes on the back of a pizza box and like the back of like a KFC box. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they're going to have to piece it all together to make his book because he has no motivation whatsoever to write that book.
Yeah.
Or he's already written it, and he's just waiting for him to die to release it.
That's what I'm praying for. That
You're
sounds
praying for
horrible,
that, yeah.
but that's what I'm praying for.
Maybe he has a bastard
too,
son
yeah.
somewhere who'll finish it off.
Yeah. Oh, I finally got to see Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings.
I watched the first 10
Yeah,
minutes.
aka the token Asian movie.
Dude, that was a terrible movie.
Bro, I'm
white now.
like 15 minutes
white
in.
now.
The CGI is so bad. So bad.
It is.
I actually got to say, Shang-Chi is a better actor than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah,
And
he's the only.
The actor's fine. It's
But
just-
she's terrible.
Oh, I
Aquafina.
hate her.
Oh my God.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Isn't
I've
her
never
name
seen her
Aquafina?
before. Yeah, I've never seen her
for some
before.
reason.
Yeah,
And
what is that?
Why
Look, I
is her
don't wanna
name
make fun of her.
Aquafina?
I don't get it. Is that water?
Yeah,
It is a
it
It
is.
is.
Yeah.
Look,
don't get the joke.
I don't want to make fun of her, but like her face bothers
do.
me so much. Like at a core, you know what I mean? Like I don't like looking at it. Does that make
Wow.
sense?
Yeah.
You hate women. So.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't have anything to
Hey,
do
you
with
leave
whether
that
I like
white
to look
woman
at
alone, man.
That's right.
Are you? Well, let me ask Drew. You're Asian. Do you know Aquafina?
Allegedly.
I could say that now because you're white adjacent.
Other than the water, nah, not really. I don't think I followed that woman's
prejudice
career.
and racism. Can it be fun? No, it can't.
Of course.
Yeah.
No.
Next thing you know, Scott's gonna be breaking out the slurs from the old Eastwood movie.
All right, tough choice.
Okay, what is it?
Aquafina or Rose Tico? You got to choose one.
No,
which one?
That's like
Rose Tico. Yeah.
Tico.
Yeah. Have you seen Aquafina's face?
You got to smash one.
Right. That's like picking between you want to be lose your balls or lose your prick. It's like
I'll take losing my balls. Oh, I already did that.
Scott, Drew, got to go.
Oh, Drew, you got to bounce.
Tico.
Guys, let's say goodbye to Drew. Where can they find you, brother?
All right, so you can check me out on Twitter at Supreme Heretic, also on my YouTube channel at Supreme Heretic as well. So Thursdays is Pegasus Actual Podcast, where we talk about Battlestar Galactica, a good TV show. So you don't want to miss that with my hosts Brightest Day and Arwen Avalon, which shout out to Arwen. She's having her birthday today, so happy birthday, Arwen. And also on Tuesdays, there might be a little political show called Rogue Resistance. So make sure that you catch that on Tuesdays with all of your favorite folks from Rogue Entertainment. And until next time, I will see you.
All right, love you, buddy.
You're not one of the favorites, Scott.
Take care of you. Dude, you're the only I'm the only reason Rogue's still around.
So Scott, what did you think of Shang-Chi and the 10-finger?
Excuse me, George. It's Shang-Chi. Let's pronounce it correctly. Okay. Shang-Chi. I thought he was better at the fight scenes than Iron Fist. So that's a plus. Yeah. Aquafina took me out of the story a few times. Mm-hmm. It had a story there. It had a story there, like something that I would have probably enjoyed if it was done better and written a little bit better. The sister was uber powerful.
But Mary Sue powerful or legitimately powerful?
No, she was OP. She was definitely OP. I wouldn't say Mary Sue, but I would say she definitely like kicked the shit out of her brother, who's supposed to be like the greatest martial artist in the MCU.
So Mary Sue,
but he wasn't trying to fight.
That's
her,
true.
To be
true.
Fair.
That's true.
So we got to get I didn't mind it so much, man. As a matter of fact, I really liked his father, the character of his father.
Mandarin?
He was the best part of the whole movie.
So did he represent the Mandarin Will from the comics? Because I haven't seen it.
What I liked was he played on the Iron Man 3 use of Mandarin, which he's also in the movie, which is fantastic. Sir Ben Kingsley.
Oh,
yeah, he's great. I just love him.
What did you think of the rabbit chicken?
I didn't. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me because it's an actual legend. It's an actual legend. I don't care. You should have watched it.
I'm just letting you know. But you know what bothered me immediately was like when they were like the 10 ring people or whatever, they overthrown governments. They're behind the scenes. Like, wait, they're behind the scenes. Hydra's behind the scenes. The Black Widow people are behind the scenes. The Kremlin. Like, who knows? Like, what? Where is the strings? Who has the strings?
Did somebody send Damaj and I a link? He could jump in. Damaj and I $2. He says, "F what you heard. Kelly is hot. A fuck. Tico greater than water."
What?
He's talking. He would bang Tico over Aquafina. Tico, you take off that burlap suit.
Yeah, I'd go become a monk first.
She one of us.
Yeah, the sister, but I still feel like the sister was OP though. She was definitely super powerful. I liked her though.
Her body, I don't understand that. Like he was his body was conditioned. She watched him.
That's what got me.
Then was automatically able to do it better. She can take
that's Mary Sue-ish.
Yeah, it is. It's completely Mary Sue.
Well, she had a tough upbringing. She wasn't perfect. Like Mary Sue to me is perfect. Even her mistakes. Mary Sue is Rey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't define her as a Mary Sue. I actually liked her as an actress. I thought she did a good job with what she was given. But yes, her story is she watched what the boys did.
Down.
Yeah.
She punches a wall down.
A rock.
Okay, well, I mean, I've done that too. But no, Ruben, by the way, is the reason why I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance, because he was talking about it maybe yesterday, like last night or something. And I was like, all right, I'll go give it a chance. 15 minutes in, I'm like, I want Awkwafina to be gone. The CGI, especially on that bus fight, was so bad, bro. Like it was almost unwatchable, like how bad the CGI was.
What do you mean?
Although I got a question about that, guys, because I've always felt that coming up from watching Star Trek, the original series, Buck Rogers, whatever, like Buck back Rogers. Then you didn't get hung up on whether it looked realistic when you got a valid point going for it.
Right.
It's like I always approach it that way. It's like I give them allowances because I see their vision.
I go the same.
We know that it's not real. So to say that doesn't look real in that scope, so that's the reason why I have a problem with people bashing the MCU, saying it's not cinema. It's not supposed to be cinema.
So
you know what I mean?
It's supposed to be spaghetti westerns for the modern age.
Let me explain my what I mean, right? Because like CGI doesn't bother me if it doesn't take me out of the movie, but whenever it's done and it takes me out of what's happening on the screen, because now I'm focused on how bad it looks. That's what I have a problem with, is if it
and when your budget's that big too. When your budget's that big,
if you have
I'll give you that
big of a budget. If it breaks that immersion, like I love the movie Benny Loves You. Love it. It's an independent movie. It's great, but the CGI is really bad at times. But they're a little small. It's an independent movie. It's the dude that wrote it, directed it, all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So like when the little thing, when his feet aren't actually touching the ground, I'm okay with it.
See, but I gotta say the mystical creatures and stuff were pretty well done.
Again, I'm 15 minutes in.
Yeah. So you're talking out your ass.
I always go back to Lord of the Rings.
No, I'm talking specifically about what I've seen.
Once Peter Jackson did the epic, the Lord of the Rings trilogy,
it did change everything.
It's if you can't live up to that, don't make the damn movie. Like that's the standard now.
Because Mark, you have believable. You have a point, because like even with the Lord of the Rings, like there's moments you could tell the hobbits, like that CGI is messed up, and I still freaking love it. It never takes me out. I think, Mad, you have a valid point. I only complain about CGI when it takes me out of that moment.
Yeah, when it breaks the immersion. Yeah.
Even if it doesn't look perfect, but it doesn't take me out of that immersion, that part of the movie. But when it's bad enough where I'm like, oh God, what just happened there?
Yeah, when it breaks the suspension of disbelief, when you're like, okay, now I'm outside of the movie.
Yeah.
It's once again, Star Trek. Whenever Kirk got into a fight, you could always tell it wasn't William Shatner. It was Stuntman Bob or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it was 1968 though, you know?
But this is what I'm saying. Have we really changed that much where we can't see what they're going for? So
you have a good point. You have a good point. You know what the problem is I think when you have bad CGI and the story isn't strong, or the director isn't strong, and the acting, like if Lord of the Rings, let's say, did everything perfect, but it had bad CGI, I still think it would be an epic, because
I would still love it.
I think that's really what people complain about, and they just don't know how to put it in words. They're like, there's something about the film I don't like, and it's the effects. I think that's
right. I think you got a valid point there.
You're saying. Yeah, I get what Matt is saying. I get what you're saying, bro, because there are some things that you just can't overlook. Like if it just looks bad, it just like there was a scene in Justice League, of course not Zack Snyder, so please nobody come for me. All right, we're talking about the Josh where they drop what's his name, Momoa, through a building, and he comes down through the building, and he comes down through the bottom floor or whatever. To me, that looked terrible. And that almost turned me off from seeing the film when I saw that.
So a great example I think is The Mist. I love that movie, The Mist, and exactly what you're saying about like what they're going for and the limits they have. By the way, I think it works better in black and white because it hides a lot of the issues that they had with the CGI. Right. But I don't see Disney or Marvel or whoever having any excuse for them to have subpar CGI in their movies. They spend so much money on them. I don't excuse it. I can excuse it for The Mist or for Benny Loves You.
You know what I can excuse? What I cannot excuse is bad writing. Okay. Because what do we hear more than anything these days? We hear it was a spectacle. It's visually stunning, but what does it mean if the writing sucks? And that's what we see over and over and over again. You can throw what's his name? The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
visually stunning.
It was,
but it sucked.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think that's why they say it's visually stunning, because the writing
There's something
sucks.
else we don't want, yeah.
So I can agree with you, Mark. It's and then right to you, Mr. Grant Gregory. I agree with you. The CGI truly only takes me out when I feel like two reasons. The story just isn't there. So if the CGI sucks, I'm going to notice it. Or even if the story's there and the CGI makes me like, because CGI, it's not like Kirk. To me, it's not like Kirk fighting and we know it's a stunt double from behind, because it's so much a part of the soul of a movie now that we watch these big budget movies that if you don't nail it, you really do take a hit in certain ways. But if the story is good, we'll overlook that. We all will overlook that.
Yeah, and it can be done. Look at District 9.
Yeah, I
another
said Mr.
great
Grant
movie.
Gregory. I said Mr. Grant Gregory hasn't spoken in a while.
Oh, sorry.
Basically, to harp on
I'm
about
just
the same
kidding,
sort of point, like one of my favorite series of all time is Babylon 5. It's written fantastically, but it looks like dog shit. But it doesn't take me out of it. There is a difference, because you can forgive something based on its own limitations.
Agreed,
They had
Mr. Grant.
everything going for them with this film. They had scenes that the CGI worked. So why do they have other scenes where it looked like PlayStation 2 graphics? It doesn't make any sense. If you can do it, they had no rush to get it out. They had extra time. So it's just lazy, and I think that's the worst part about it, is because when it becomes lazy, you no longer appreciate it for what it is. And if it's got good writing and everything, people will start off with that. It's a great story. But they don't.
By the way, Civil War as well has a horrible scene.
Demogenize in the house, everybody. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother. What's up?
Okay, good. Not much. How y'all doing? How you doing?
Good. How you?
Yeah, bro. What
I'm chilling.
Yeah. Where are you? In a bathroom stall somewhere?
Nah, I'm on my cell phone because I'm actually gaming right now, so I didn't have my my regular setup.
Well, I appreciate you coming on no matter what, man. What do you think about? Does CGI ever take you out of a movie?
I can get past it to a degree. Like I understand what people see when it's like I admit when in the Shang-Chi movie that was a little jarring, but I was like, whatever. It's Shang-Chi. So
yeah, that's a valid point, man. That's a valid point.
I'm like, whatever. Like honestly, if the story's good, I can look past it. And I will say, honestly, to be fair, Shang-Chi was better than the Eternals.
Oh yeah.
Gotta say it.
It was better than Black Widow. I mean, it's the best Phase 4 movie yet.
Oh, I have to see it now.
Yeah. I actually say I enjoyed watching it. There were moments where I was like, but it wasn't as bad as I. Well, it wasn't as dude.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be bad. I thought it would have been worse than what it was. Honestly, I thought it was.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Nikki D for 5. Oh, go ahead, Dimaggio.
Oh no, I was going to say just to be clear, Kelly Marie Tran is sexy as hell. I don't know what you're saying over there that you wouldn't smash Kelly. Kelly is hot. You take her out of that stupid potato sack, and she's rocking it, baby.
Yes,
she's rocking it.
Never. I'd be a monk first before I touch that.
All right, real quick.
Come on, man.
No way.
You're wilding. You're wilding right now.
No. But the thing is that's why there's a taste. We have taste. Everybody has their pick.
Yeah, we do. Mr. Greg Gregory has his taste, and he has to go though. What's your taste?
My taste is I don't know, anything. Leave the potato sack on. It's working for me. I don't care.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got to head off. Thanks for having me on. I just got a call for another job, so when it comes in, I've got to take it. So
all right, brother.
All right,
Hey,
brother.
you guys are still in lockdown, so get out there and enjoy the fresh air.
will do, buddy.
All right, later, buddy.
Bye,
See you, buddy.
That's a good man right there, guys. Make sure you check out Mr. Greg Gregory's channel. He is awesome.
He's the best.
He really is. Nikki D for $5 says, I agree with. Wait a minute. Nikki D for $5 says, I agree with Matt.
Yeah, as you should.
There's no excuse for subpar effects in the MCU given the budgets. I agree with that. It should be progressing, not regressing. Sadly, the writing still sucks. And you have a valid point with the writing. I think that's the biggest reason why we notice CGI when it sucks. And I have to say, I love Ruben, because Ruben is fighting hard for this movie. And that's what I love about our fandom. I don't have to agree with you, and we could still get along. Isn't that nuts?
What? That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, right?
Can I say, though, Wonder Woman 84 was probably the worst combination of bad CGI and bad storytelling I've ever seen. That movie was just offensive.
You're spot on.
And I'm sorry, because I see Mads is in there. I know you love the movie, Mads.
Yeah, we did, Mads. You know? Sorry.
Hey, can you highlight TT's comment?
Cheetah's one of his favorite characters ever.
Nope.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Well, give me a timestamp then.
I don't have a timestamp. It doesn't show me.
Oh,
it
my
should.
God. What did he say?
Where do I see a timestamp?
Can you just maybe say what
Fine,
he
I'll
said?
read it since you can't go 3 spots up.
It's at 28 after the hour.
It's like 4 spots up from where you're at right now.
It says, I worked in CGI for nearly 20 years.
Thank you, George.
Yep.
Go ahead, Matt. Read it.
I worked in CGI for nearly 20 years. It has not been the fault of the technology for over 15 years. If it is not good CGI, it is because the studio either rushed the artist or they employ crap.
I highlighted employed, dude.
I still had to do it. Listen,
I hate when you employ crap.
Great point. Like if you look at Starship Troopers, the reason
I
why
love that
it still
movie.
holds up now.
I love that movie.
Well, so they were, the first one, Starship Troopers, like Starship Troopers. But like the reason why it still holds up is because they had so much extra time to work on the CGI to add in little detail, like with when they're hitting the sand, the bugs or whatever in the sand, you can see kind of poof up.
Yeah,
they had a lot of extra time. I forgot why they had so much time, but to add in all those little details. Now today, it's rushed. It's like a factory. You know, you're on that line, that assembly line. You got to get it out quickly as possible.
It's like they make it with an iPhone.
But I can we all agree? Can we all yeah, you can, you moron. Can we all agree that if the story is strong enough, the CGI will let that slide? If the story isn't good enough, like Marc said, it better be stunning visually. If the story sucks, you know, like I think.
Well, honestly, I will say this though. Listen, to be fair, The Last Jedi did have some good, effects, but that story was it was trash. Okay, so there is an exception to that rule. You can have a really crappy story, really good CGI, and a real crap story.
Oh, of course.
It will destroy all that CGI you put in there.
Absolutely, absolutely agree. We're gonna skip Boba Fett under the helmet because I really don't care. Okay, we have Moon Knight.
Oh, I haven't seen this at all.
Is there a trailer for it?
Yeah, there is, and I don't mind watching it. They'll just hit me for a copyright.
No, don't do that.
Dude, I don't care.
No, don't watch it.
You just fight it. You fight the copyright. Who cares?
Do you win?
I win. Dude, I win every time.
Okay, well
that's just how I roll. That's how I roll.
That's because you tuck it in your sock. You got.
I do.
Tucks
it in his sock.
Don't tell anybody. It's an English cucumber.
After the stream, I'll teach you how to fold it up using a hair scrunchie. It'll help you out like that. Keep you from tripping on it.
That sounds painful. That sounds painful. If someone could find the trailer and share it, we'll play it. Lodanos, can you do that for me?
You can roll it up like. Remember those water hoses would roll up like it was like flat. You know what I mean? Like the water would expand.
What are we talking about right now?
Penises. So
my God.
Because
we're
talking about dick.
He can't stop talking about dick, and he hates women.
I didn't bring it up.
Listen, let's be fair. I want to set the record straight here. I like tacos. Okay, stopping it right there.
There we go. Tacos.
Talking about tacos. Tom is making tacos as we speak. All right, Walden's sharing it. Let's take a look at Moon Knight.
There we go.
And copyright strike now.
I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Is that him talking?
Yeah, pause it for a second. Oscar Isaac is amazing.
Yep.
Is it choppy because your computer sucks, or is anybody else seeing it choppy?
Yeah, it's choppy as shit on mine too.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I suck. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks. But for anybody who doesn't know, Moon Knight is a character that in newer comics, they're more doing like a dissociative psychological issue with him.
He's got multiple personalities.
Yeah, multiple personalities. But in the more original version of him, he was like a Tomb Raider who almost got like cursed by an object, where he does have different personalities, but they weren't like, it wasn't because of a mental break, and he has the power from this. I don't know a lot about Moon Knight, but it's a god, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So play it, Walton. This is him kicking the crap out of no one from what I could tell.
He's basically Marvel's Batman.
You don't see anybody there.
It devours you.
Oh, that was a good shot.
Yeah, a little teaser trailer. The only reason why I want to give this even a little bit of it could be good. Oscar Isaac, after Dune, after the things I've seen,
Dune was great.
He's
Dune
amazing.
was great.
He's amazing though. He's a great actor.
Now I'm going to say this though. There's one thing I will say. I think we're using too many of the same actors for Marvel. Like for instance, we have Mahershala Ali going to be Blade. He was Cottonmouth in Luke Cage.
Yep.
Then you had who else was someone else is going to be in another movie. But I'm like
the girl from the Eternals was also in Captain Marvel. Jenna Chang, and then now him, who was also in the X-Men, right?
Yes.
Murdoch, same thing. The guy.
Yep.
And of course, Chris Evans was the Human Torch.
The Human Torch. Absolutely. Oh wow, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was the originator.
Yeah, I don't know. That to me, that when you talk about suspicion of disbelief, that takes me out of it when I'm seeing too many of the same actors being something else. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. It's just a little pet peeve of mine. Just a little pet peeve.
Yeah, I hear you. Tina Bojan, definitely. You can be on the panel when we review Moon Knight. You were on.
I want to be there as well.
I'd love to be there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got anybody? All you guys are invited. Not Matt, but anybody else on the
When is it airing? Did they say when it's airing?
No, we're hoping early 2022. I have a feeling it might be a good. It might be a good one. What do you think, Mark?
I don't know. I was just thinking about the Oscar Isaac thing. You know, I don't know. That dude has never really impressed me all that much. You know what I mean? I don't see the range. I mean, in Dune, he just laid around naked until he died, right?
Pretty much.
That's pretty much the sum total of his performance in that movie. I don't see where the Oscar is coming in. No, you know,
the scene with his son. You don't think that, because I never liked Oscar Isaac until I saw him in Dune. But when he was with his son, I don't know. There was something.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. I loved him in Inside Llewyn Davis. It's probably because I loved the soundtrack so much to that movie. But I thought he did an excellent job in there. He can really sing, by the way.
Ex-Day Machina too, or whatever that one is. That one was
the robot one.
Yeah, the robot one. He was good in.
Yeah, the robot one.
I also
haven't seen it. That's why.
I also forgot that he also was freaking in Star Wars, another Disney property.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but just seeing him all over, basically doing all these same roles all the time, it definitely takes you out of the feel of it. That's all.
Makini, I see. That's the problem. I think the first time I really saw him was in the Star Wars movies. You know, so forever in my mind, they fly now. You know,
right.
It's like,
I
need to see some more of his stuff.
Yeah, you know what? And he's been in so much stuff. Where IMDb.
See, I was turned off by him, which the first time I saw him was when he played Apocalypse. He was just horrible in the X-Men.
That was your first showing of him? Well, no wonder. Like, guys.
I was like, God, this is who they keep talking about. And then I saw him in Star Wars, and I was like, Jesus, this is horrible.
But that's not fair, I guess. Nobody really made out well, you know.
No, none of them acted. They were promised immortality, and they were served a plate of garbage, and that's the problem. That's why I actually sought out other films that those actors had done to make sure that my judgment was correct. about them. But what I've seen Oscar in
Annihilation, he was in. He wasn't bad in that.
Yeah. He was barely in it.
A Most Violent Year.
I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, I like that one too. Yeah, I saw that one too.
There's a lot of good movies he was in, but I could understand what you're saying. It was more like indie type stuff or a lot of things people haven't seen.
So this Moon Knight thing, the Moon Knight, like
Yeah.
I think I might have had maybe one comic. I don't really know the lore there. Is it like a Moon Knight and it's like Sailor Moon, like a Jupiter Knight, a Saturn Knight? Is that what we're talking about?
Basically, Marvel created him as their response to Batman. That was their quasi screwed up in the head Batman. That was really much it. He follows some Egyptian moon god, basically gives him the powers.
Yeah, it's a moon god that gives him the powers. And I don't. You know what? Let's look up.
That's
what the
about
powers
it.
are.
That I know.
Yeah,
what are his powers?
Because you're right. I think I only had one.
Looking like Batman.
He's Batman of Marvel.
But it's nothing like Batman. He's nothing like Batman.
No.
No, that's the funny thing.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
He was supposed to be a soldier who had post-traumatic trauma.
Right. He's a mercenary. I know that much.
When does he's like Batman comes in part? Because this is what I've heard. He's like Batman. He was given his powers by a Egyptian moon god.
No, meaning
he's
that
like Batman. He's a mercenary.
Vigilante who goes after and beats the hell out of bad guys.
Let us look
With a
because they
cape.
actually have a little thing that talks about his comparisons to Batman.
Let's
All right, so skills and training. He's an Olympic level athlete with skilled acrobat who excels at combat strategy.
That's everyone.
Yeah, exactly. He uses technology and equipment like Batman, I guess.
That's everyone.
But is he super? Because if he has superpowers, he's nothing like Batman. Then, you know what I mean?
You have to read the superpowers.
I don't know what superpowers he has. I just know has something from this Egyptian god.
All right, here, hold on. Let's go back one. Let's find out his powers. Moon Knight powers. This is great live stuff here, people.
What are you doing? All of it was listed.
That's top of the line stuff. That's top of the line. That's how you do it.
You know,
right.
see?
We're doing it live, baby. You're doing it live.
You know that, my brother. He's 6'2", just so you know. Known powers. He's a whatever moonflowers are. Moonscape.
Flower child. Okay.
I love that the page you were on had it all listed. Had superpowers. Had
There's too many
origins.
words. Too many words, Matt.
Where was it?
Shines? What is this?
On Wikipedia, where you're
Moonshine.
at. It's okay. This is much better. Much better.
No. I'll go to. I'll go
There
to.
we go again.
What are you talking? Shut up, Walton.
You were
Just hit the
perfect right there.
backspace. Just hit the back button.
Okay, I'll hit it one more time.
Powers will blow your mind.
Right here.
Okay,
where
right there, yeah.
where do you see
There it is.
powers?
Middle of the page. It says superpowers.
Oh, there we go. Powers and abilities, guys. Oh, I was already talking about them. Superpowers. On more than one occasion, Mark Spector has died and been resurrected by the other dimensional entity.
Just like Batman.
Khonshu.
Just like Batman. You're right. Altered. Mark Spector is more resistant to telepathic and psychic attacks like Batman.
Batman is actually.
Oh my God.
He has
His real name
visions-
is Mark. His
Yeah.
real name is Mark, and he spells it with a C.
With
Okay,
a
I like
C
it.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your boy now.
All right,
He's
you get
like
some points
Batman.
He sometimes
All right.
has visions of prophecy.
Batman.
He sometimes has visions of prophecy.
Okay, that is like
When-
Batman.
when he's checking out those
And actually, if you break
checking
it
out
down-
those moonflowers,
Look.
probably. Yeah.
Batman, look, think about it. The reason he wins is because he always has something ready for every occasion. So you translate that to Marvel, they give him visions. That's why he's similar to Batman. They don't have the exact same skill set, but hey.
Well, hold on, let's keep going.
One thing's interesting, his strength, just like Batman, his strength, endurance, and reflexes would increase depending on the phase of the moon.
Yeah.
Like Batman.
Like Batman. Yeah.
Same thing.
Does that affect his period or
Something.
something about the tide?
Well, he moon straights is what it is.
Brent Sanders says his mom.
That's more like a werewolf. That's more like a werewolf.
Yeah.
Martha!
Why'd you say that name? Why'd you say that name?
Because I come from the moon. Or whatever. I don't know what voice he has. I gave him that one.
So don't mess with the dude on a full moon because he'll kick your ass.
He moves straight.
He's a moon bleeder.
Wait, what?
What?
Is that what it said? It said a moon bleeder?
No, I think I misread that.
Oh,
Even
okay.
during a new moon, when you can't see the moon, he could still lift several hundred pounds. So imagine how powerful he is during a full moon.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see Yeti in the chat?
No, what he said.
9:43 p.m.
9:40.
His weakness is that bears can.
Oh, just like Batman.
No, below it.
Below it, just like Batman.
One
Just
more.
like Batman. His weakness is bears can smell. Yeah, chat. Let me know what Moon Knight's powers are and
Or weaknesses. Yeah.
Yes,
Like-
please. Yes,
He
Marc,
doesn't have
you
any
are
more?
our Batman.
Batman.
Oh no, we got more. Hold on.
Oh, okay. He's got more powers. Okay.
Yeah. Although some believe this superhuman strength has nothing to do with Kenosha. That's not his name.
What?
Results
Khonshu.
Khonshu. And results of self hypnosis. So people are saying he's hypnotized himself to get more powerful. I don't get that part.
Just like Batman.
Yeah, just like Batman.
Using like technology.
After his trials and tribulations during the Serpent Wars, Marc, patron deity Kenosha, opted to further empower his champion on Earth with all new abilities. Like Batman.
That's
like
new.
Batman, yeah. By giving his herald the lion's share of the moon's supremacy power, Marc would be endowed with all the abilities of his namesake as the first
endowed.
Kenosha. Yeah,
He
he's
is.
endowed, yeah.
Well,
Mark with a C, endowed.
Yes, you heard it here first. Granting him transformational capability to change and from his costume identity at will. So I guess he could just all of a sudden appear in his costume like Batman.
I don't know. I wish I could read this along with you, but the
Yeah, because
words
I
are
feel
so small.
Yeah, and you're so
I had to
small.
full screen it. Yeah.
Does that help? Does that help?
Yeah, a lot
basically
actually.
Batman.
Yeah.
I just lost where
basically.
we were. Batman.
Basically.
Okay, here we go. Where were we?
I don't know.
During
Right
the
here during
time-
that time.
Yeah. Granting him transfer. Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that.
his identity. Well, yeah, it's planetary and orbital
On
stuff.
top of power over lunar effects, such as the very astral rock formations comprising a planetary. What the frig are we talking about?
Someone
Orbital-
smoked something making
Yeah,
that.
raising and commanding. Oh, he can raise and command the dead.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, mummy's
Batman
loyal.
can do that.
Yeah,
And
of course.
Yeah, if Batman could only do it with his mom and
He's
his
got a spray.
But they have to be loyal to his deity. The mummies, though, he can control them. He has the ability to survive unaided in the cold recesses of space without life support.
Like Superman.
No, not like the cold of like Buffalo.
You had that extra little tick of space. I'm like, wait, the cold? Well, that is like Batman.
Such dynamic heft granted to him by the vengeance god gave Moon Knight enough raw might to battle and defeat the world's most powerful superheroes.
Yeah,
the
he
Avengers.
says his muscles cramp 3 to 4 days out of every month too.
Oh, we're gonna get to them. Because we got one more. For a brief time, Moon Knight became a host avatar for the immortal Phoenix Force. Oh, so he was able to the cosmically raptor that governor's life, death, and rebirth throughout the universe and potentially the multiverse, possessing all the typical
just went
skills
wrong.
and ability. Yeah, something just the avatar to the cosmically entity regarding cosmic pyrokinesis. Telekinesis flight. My brain hurts, guys.
Say
Someone
that
else,
5 times fast.
Someone else speak, please.
I'll read it. Who
Please,
wants
no,
to
just-
start?
we're done. We're
No,
done.
we're
Just
done.
Cool.
somebody else speak. Just somebody speak.
Well, he's not like Batman, but the whole point was when they originally wrote him is their response to Batman, the cape, the fighting, and being a vigilante in the streets.
Yeah, they kind of took it in a whole new direction, George.
Yeah, they did. They did. That's not how he used to be. He didn't have magical powers before.
Well,
He was just
Nikki D for $2 says Moon Knight breathes air, just like Batman. Yeah,
Exactly.
At least
Unless
tell
he's in
me.
space.
At least tell me that his parents were killed. Was his parents killed?
They have to be killed. Someone check out his history because I'm not reading anymore. YetiCast says chocolate calms him down, but this is not like Harry Potter. This is like Batman.
Okay.
Can he raise MCU Phase 4 though?
They don't pray to the same God, so no, he can't.
Can only clear his bowels during a full eclipse.
Jesus.
Expert hand-to-hand combat with expertise in various martial arts from Krav Maga to Muay Thai.
Yeah, would you do Krav Maga if you can lift up hundreds
I was about to
of
say,
pounds?
yeah. Like he has the powers of gods, of deities I've never even heard of, and he's like, why even bother like working out? I don't even do a sit up, dude. You can like blow shit up with your mind. I'm assuming. I don't know.
Sex with him is dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, we're back to the Superman thing.
Yeah, Moonies are probably
Gay
his
Superman
kryptonite.
cannot be a bottom, George.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes, he can. If the other guy has a kryptonite,
No more
Prince
with the
Albert.
kryptonite. Oh my God.
I'm telling you, it's that kryptonite ribs would not be pleasured.
Yeah, well, what are you guys talking about?
They're talking about gay Superman.
Oh, Jonathan Kent. Yeah, he's uber gay.
And how he would have sex, because we're like, he can't have sex unless he has a kryptonite cock ring.
Well, Prince Albert, like
Prince, to get in, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, to penetrate.
Right.
Oh,
Like if you
that
were going to
makes
do
sense.
surgery on him, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
would use a
sorry,
kryptonite
Mark. You were
step.
invited to this panel.
I love
Damaj
it.
and I
love it.
Yeah, all right, just making sure.
I don't know what you guys are doing over there, but
Don't worry, just stay up.
I'm still thinking about Rose Tico, all right? So just balance myself out about that.
All I ask, is you
not
just
an S.
Yeah.
It's not an S. It's an A.
Well, hey, Demajna, when you think of Rose Tico, do you think of her with that wrench in her hand and her overalls?
No.
Oh,
No. I think about Kelly Marie, not Rose Tico.
Oh, okay.
Kelly Marie is hot. She's
not
hot.
holding a wrench. Got you.
No.
All right. We need She-Hulk. We need a She-Hulk.
I'm glad you brought that up because I could not stand that. That pissed me off.
I got you.
What pissed you off about it?
You do not use the lines from the '70s show of the Incredible Hulk and try to be cool with it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
don't make me angry. You won't let me come angry. That pissed me off. Like, why? Why would you do that?
Were they dressed in like 70s gear
Yeah,
too?
it was.
Like,
I think that's supposed to be like a commercial they were doing.
like a fourth wall breaking type thing? Like
Yeah. Well, she's supposed to be kind of like Deadpool in the fact that she does break the fourth wall.
Yes, she does. You know, one thing I gotta say is I've been trying to find She-Hulk's butt on Google Images. They show She-Hulk's back and She-Hulk's legs, but they won't show the butt they show in the video because I gotta say her physique is it's
Probably
fine.
got to go to DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
Google censors everything.
That's it. Do you have it, Walton? Anytime now.
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah. Give me a minute. My browser sucks.
Okay, just checking. So we do have a She-Hulk. Anybody looking forward to She-Hulk?
I mean,
I would say yes.
Yeah, I
do. I do want to see it, but I'm hoping they're going to touch up that CGI on her a little bit more. Cause
I think that's why they didn't show her face, man. I think they didn't show her face because of that.
we were just talking about the CGI taking you out of it. If they don't get that right, because they got the Hulk right, even though I'm not. Even though I like Edward Norton's better as Bruce than I do Mark Ruffalo. I think he's a better Bruce than me.
You say Ralph Macchio?
Yeah,
Ruffalo, whatever his name is.
I love the Karate Kid. Let's you know what? I liked Edward Norton. I liked Mark Ruffalo in the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, I've been a little mixed with him. But
What do you think?
I don't know.
What do you think of the other Hulk? The one played by, oh my God, I just forgot his name. Ang Lee's Hulk. It was just called the Hulk.
Bana.
Yeah, Bana, whatever. Eric
Yeah,
Bana.
I
think he did okay.
No, dude, I couldn't get past a thump. I just couldn't get past that. I'm sorry.
No, I got you.
But I like him as an actor. He's all right. All right, so play this thing. Let's
I
see.
haven't seen this.
Let's see She-Hulk.
Future and of you.
This isn't it. You
For
ruined
years, I've been
everything.
treating the Hulk like he's some kind of disease.
You ruined everything. That's not
Well,
Yes, it is.
that?
No, that wasn't it.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure.
I mean, because it said at the top, Sea-Hulk.
Yeah, people make their own. People make their own. Hold on.
What do you mean make their own? They take the
People
trailer
make their
and-
own. Yeah, people make their own videos.
Well, yeah, like they're like, ooh, fan concept. Ooh,
No, because we covered this the other day on another show, and this is it.
Why is it when it's supposed to be female empowerment, you always have that woman off screen going, "Hey!" they did that with Wonder Woman too.
Yeah, they did.
All right, I got it. Don't worry, Steven. You got it, or do you? I got it. Don't worry, Steven. You just ruined everything. Way to ruin my stream, Steven. She-Hulk. Here we go. Ready? Boom.
I'm Jennifer Walters.
Yeah, I can't even hear it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's really quiet, but look at She-Hulk butt. Huh?
The She-Hulk's supposed to be huge, not.
Okay.
Well, she's kind of big. I don't know why it's so quiet, though. I apologize for that.
She's supposed to be 8 feet tall.
Yeah, this is.
She's supposed to be like Lady Dimitrescu.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's supposed to be big like that.
I mean, I ain't mad at that bum though.
Let's try this one.
Needs a little jiggle though.
I'm Jennifer Walters. I'm a normal lawyer. Well, not that normal.
These transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't like that.
that's but look at
That's
her.
the part I didn't like.
Totally in 70s gear. Like Mark Ruffalo doesn't even look like himself.
I'm pretty sure like that is in like that in universe funny.
It's fourth wall breaking.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fourth
Well,
wall
because they're
breaking.
doing something. It's some kind of ad for we had this local guy's like, just call for. He goes, hey, sports fans. If you like our favorite sports team, like he'll never identify what sport it is.
Oh, so
or
you
what
can
team
insert
it is. Yeah.
insert here.
Right. He's like, just one number. Just remember 4444444. It feels like that kind of a lawyer commercial.
She is a lawyer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I think it may be. That
I'll give you that. All right.
Yeah, it looks like they're spinning it a certain kind of way. I don't mind it.
Yeah,
believe me, if I'm
she's
defending
supposed to be.
if I'm defending a female-led project, like, okay, that maybe be fine.
Yeah,
it's not something.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. I mean, that's Hulk butt right there.
That's Hulk butt. Yeah.
Yep.
Not that normal.
These transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Who is playing the She-Hulk? Is that CGI or is that a stunt?
She's the girl from Orphan Black, which
no,
is.
I mean the Hulk version, because that cannot be her body.
Oh no, it's just like Mark Ruffalo. It's CGI.
It should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
They went stunt because it's Disney Plus. That's why I was asking.
No, they looks like they're going to put a little bit of money behind this one. I hear what Damaj and I saying, but to me, for a series, I'm fine. Like Mark said, I'm fine if the CGI isn't as good because it's a TV series.
And I'm glad they didn't throw a bra on Lou Ferrigno.
If they didn't throw money behind a theatrical release like Shang-Chi,
it's Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, I am not going to believe that they're going to spend money on a show on Disney Plus.
And she was great in Orphan Black.
Oh my God, dude, she's
great.
awesome.
I never watched that.
In that way, she's much better than Brie Larson because she's starting off likable.
Yes.
We already know she can be likable.
How many different characters does she play of herself in that show? Like 9, 10?
Oh, is that the girl?
Yes. You want to see her act? Check out Orphan Black. I didn't even realize it was her. I thought it was somebody completely different until I saw the footage today. I thought it was a comedian, but she's a really good actress. All right, so here we go.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I don't like this new nip tuck. I gotta say, I don't like the nip tuck title. I like.
Yeah, you're right. It does look like that.
Right, it looks like nip tuck. I like the old version where it was like a blue or green and purple She-Hulk, but I'm just nitpicking now.
Right, but if they had the women from Nip Tuck, that'd be great.
Yeah. See, the proper term is Hulk booty. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, my good man. So I don't know. I look forward for. I don't mind cheese. I really don't. If it's done well, like the beginning of WandaVision, I thought was amazing until about episode 3 or 4.
I agree.
Mark, you looking forward? Will you watch She-Hulk?
Sure. Yeah. Because
Okay.
I feel like it's not going to take itself too seriously. Maybe
I
we
hope-
can just have some fun. You know what I mean?
That'd
We
be
need
nice
that.
to have some fun. Yeah.
We need that.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, Walton needs some fun in his life.
Damn right.
You know, Vertical Horizon said that Gina Carano would have made a better She-Hulk. I think so. She would have been a great She-Hulk.
The problem with Gina Carano, and I rather have her in any role right about now, but Gina Carano's already big. She-Hulk's supposed to be like kind of petite and then becomes this She-Hulk.
I never
You know
read
what-
it.
Yeah. She
Well, they're going to
stays.
CGI the whole Hulk part of her, right? They have to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
God, that'd be dumb if they didn't, Mad.
Well, then what does it matter how big
no.
the actress is if that she's not going to be painted green?
I'm just glad they didn't make her She-Bulk. That can happen.
Yeah, like
You know they got their eyes on doing that too, because if you notice, if you look at the roster they put out there, you got Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, and what was the other one? Ironheart. So that is telling you that A-Force is coming. A-Force is coming.
Oh yeah.
Dude, this Captain Miss Marvel, whatever costume, looks so horrible.
Well, it's homemade and it does look terrible.
Halloween costume.
Now that's going to be woke as shit.
Yes.
You know it.
We don't even have to watch it to know that.
Yeah, it's gonna be now Miss Marvel is like a groupie of Captain Marvel. I mean, from the comics. Though look at if they show any of the CGI for her hand, they're changing.
What is that noise?
Damajani, are you taking a shower?
Oh, my bad. I was making a drink. I'm making a drink. Sorry. Hold on. Let me put this on me.
Wash your hands when you're done, buddy.
Yeah. I didn't know.
When I make a drink, it sounds just like a toilet flushing too.
Kamala, let's talk about you.
Come on, let's talk about you.
Kamala, let's talk about you.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world.
Maybe now they do.
I got this, right?
Totally.
That's
Wait.
it.
That's
Horrible.
it.
Horrible.
They're all scissor reel, like sizzler reels or whatever the hell they
Sizzle
call them.
reels, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks horrible. I mean,
It doesn't.
We'll see. I need to see more.
Again,
to make
is
a
it not
judgment.
going right? Is it not going to take itself seriously? Because then I would enjoy it. If it's going to be woke as hell, I won't. I don't know what to tell you. I'm usually.
I'm smelling some woke there.
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
I am too, but I'm going to
See, you
reserve
can smell
judgment.
it off the screen, Mark. Yeah, you can. That's just
And it stinks.
Lit Devil, Literature Devil, he has a great comparison that he does on his channel between Daredevil and Miss Marvel, and he breaks it down like almost panel by panel why Miss Marvel is garbage, and especially how it juxtaposed to how they curated and how they presented Daredevil. Check it out though; it's on Literature Devil's channel.
Yeah.
So the thing that tips me off of that one is that they lead off with, oh, it's not the brown girls from Jersey. Why is it got to be the brown girls from Jersey? Why can't it just be girl from Jersey? Why can't you just say that? See that?
That's a valid point, man.
Identity politics.
I mean, they're leaning hard into she's the first Muslim character in the MCU. Why, like, I don't mind if she's Muslim. That's fine. People,
I don't care.
A lot of people are Muslim.
Yeah.
But why make that the focus? Why don't you just add that to the story?
Like George said, identity politics, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and I heard that they're gonna make Blade Muslim too. I think that's gonna happen too.
See, that I have issue with because of the fact that changes the canon. Make new Muslim characters, no problem. I love great new characters. I hate when they change canon.
Yeah,
What's with the shot of the Muslims praying? Why did they put the shot in with the Muslims praying? Is that essential to her character at all?
Maybe
I
it
don't
is
get
to
that.
the identity of the character. But I mean, George, to answer your question, because these creatives can't create anything new. They have to appropriate previous characters and then change them.
I mean, it really shows you, Walton, how it's not low IQ. It's not even stupid. It just shows the unimaginative. There's no originality left. Like I would think if I was sitting in that writer's room, I'd go, I want to make something new, something fresh, not let me just take this and change it around. There you go. That's my new creation. I copied his shit and just change the race or change the religion. That's not interesting to me.
I would be careful though about using Islam as a gimmick.
Yes.
Because the Muslim community, man, and
they get angry.
I studied in the mosque for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
They will come and bomb you, bro.
Oh hell yeah! You can't even write a cartoon. You know.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
What the hell is
so
that?
no, this is what they're doing.
Demogenize
is like creating a sculpture or something.
He's like plunging a toilet or something.
Yeah.
Bro. Come on, man.
He's really working. Tina Bojan, they've described the CGI for Miss Marvel to be more like Green Lantern than Stretch Armstrong, because I think they were worried that bringing Reed Richards in, because she stretches and her hands get big, they were worried that we would get confused.
So ridiculous.
So she's going to be more like a see-through hand or something.
They couldn't think of anything.
Her hands that stretch?
Yeah, like they couldn't think of anything better than that.
Is that what her power is?
She can do that and some other stuff, but she basically makes her fist big. She's an inhuman. That's what she is.
Yeah,
can she stretch her mouth? Can she stretch her mouth? That would impress me.
Wait, is she like Plastic Man, or is it just her fist?
See, that's like from the comic.
Yeah.
Big. I can't even say what I'm going to say.
It sounds like
say it, bro.
It sounds like he's in space. You can hear like.
I don't know. It sounds like he's dying or he's doing the.
He has become Darth Vader. Is he practicing for the Obi-Wan cast call for Darth Vader?
What was the guy's name? Tubin. He's Tubin. The CNN guy.
Sounds like he needs an exorcist or something.
Are you Tubin over there, Demogeny?
I love you, Demogeny. That is the loudest phone I've ever heard. I love
can't
Yo, D, what you drinking, bro? What you drinking? You see,
Saturday night.
When you hear that laugh, you know this man, he's gonna be falling out of the
chair. He is. He's probably shirtless right now and ready to go.
I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing right now. Okay, we're just gonna keep it to myself.
we were joking, actually. Okay.
So
I'm not doing. Listen, I'm not doing anything that y'all would do because y'all motherfuckers are crazy.
He's drinking. He's drinking.
That's true.
All right.
So there's other stuff coming up. We got Marvel Zombies. All right, I'm muting him. I'm muting his ass. We got Marvel Zombies, Agatha's House. So Jesus. Agatha got her own show.
What the hell is that? Like Satan's little minion or something?
Well, she is a devil worshipping whatever. We got Ironheart. We got another season of What If. We got Echo. Echo is I don't know a lot about the character.
That's from Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye character. But they're redoing, or they might not be redoing. They're just
Ironheart.
X-Men.
The comics suck.
Well, let's not even go there. X-Men 97. So the original X-Men cartoon.
I do not trust them.
They're not rebooting it. They're adding a new season. That's what I heard, at least.
Yeah, it picks up.
Yeah, Wolverine coming up.
So
him and Cyclops getting out of bed. Yeah.
It picks up where Professor Xavier takes up what's her name on her offer to go to another galaxy or whatever. So it's like him leaving. That's the beginning of X-Men 1997.
This is gonna suck.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the
X-Men
Empire?
97?
No, the Empire. What's the name?
The Taziak Empire, something like that.
No, it's RevKev. No, not RevKev. What the hell's her name?
Testing.
My God.
1, 2, 3.
That's his baby mama.
You drunk, bro?
Okay. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Lalandra. Lalandra is from the Shi'ar Empire. The Shi'ar Empire is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the Shi'ar Empire.
So we got that. We got Spider-Man Freshman Year, which is going to be like a 60s cartoon version of Spider-Man. And then we got I Am Groot. Whatever. It's an animated original series about Groot.
I will say, I wish they would some point have Spider-Man where he's an adult. We've had like how many films where he's a teen or he's in college? I just want once to go where.
Well,
after college.
Spider-Man.
There needs to be Spider-Man. He needs to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I liked about that Spider-Man cartoon from the '60s is when he put on the mask, he sounded like a man.
Yep.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I hate the the little kid sounding Spider-Man. I don't like that either.
Hey guys, you ever see that old movie Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah,
that pisses me off.
Yep. Absolutely.
That pisses me off. But guys, we're going to be closing it out. We're all looking forward to every MCU, Star Wars, Disney, everything. We're just so excited.
Yeah.
And
ready to sell out.
Yeah, and hashtag Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent. Yeah, so George has a bigger channel than me now, so we're not even going to do an outro for George.
Oh my God.
I agree with that.
George, tell them where they can find you, man, because you're the newest guy here.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me, Scott. Y'all can all find me at George the Giant Slayer. Just put up the new Eternals review. And
I'm going to go watch that.
Thank you. I sent you a link. I hope you like it.
I love everyone.
The review. Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me on as always. Love everybody on the panel. Love being here. Next week I'll be here on time. Change my schedule and love the chat.
Love you, man. Thank you very much, Mark. It has been an honor having you on again, man. I hope we can have you on again sooner than like 8 months because it's always a good time. It's always a good time.
And it's been a pleasure. Thank you. It's
been
sir. A blast hanging out with you, fellas.
Very nice meeting you, Mark.
Thank you to everybody in the chat. Nice meeting you too.
Great
Drop by the
you.
channel sometimes, guys. Mark with a C. Subscribe. You can be another one of those people that they never send a notice to. So come on through. I raise against this shit.
Isn't that getting to be like, it's just so tiring, man. I get people so many times saying, if I didn't know your show, because I changed the time to 8:30, they're like, dude, I just go to your show at 9:30. I didn't realize you started an hour early now, because they never get notifications.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's terrible, man. But I'd like to thank my all my channel members. You guys rock. Damaj and I, thank you for being drunk. I love you, man.
I'm not drunk. I was just laying down. That's all.
Yeah.
You were laying down. We know.
We believe it. So, Walton.
Time out though. It's real though. I did mess up my leg. That's what the problem was. I got hurt on my job, so that's the problem.
Painkillers. I hear you.
Yes.
Yeah. Where's Crop? Mad, thanks for being here. Walton, thank you for being here. This one goes out to all my channel members. Everybody, have a good night. Peace out.
And I was going to put out a big speech about please get Sporking near 2000 so we can fight some more, but
no. Now you got it.
No, I don't want to listen to this.
All right, give me.
Guys, thank you very much for being here. Please make sure to share out links. God damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do that?
I was really trying to go.
I'm sorry.
I want to talk during the outro too.
You can. Everybody. Yeah, Mark with a C, everybody.
I mean, if it wasn't so loud.
Your sports are still bent.
No, it's not.
It's fixed. Yay!
My Sporkerz is bent.
Finally, respect.
See, I got. Hey, my Spork is bent.
Wash your hands and wash
Good night,
your hands.
everybody.